Rhodes.
Always found my own direction. No one can pull me out. I've always felt different from the others. I'm running away now. Without fading, won't stop bleeding. 'Cause I'm sick of standing up beside and going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a fucking freak like me. Fears are fading.
We are live for the Monday Night Raw Watch Along December 18th edition, Christmas edition for tonight from Des Moines, Iowa tonight, boys. How are we doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. I had a look at the match card tonight. We've got, 3 championships up for grabs tonight?
Yes, both sets of the tag team titles and the Intercontinental Championship, as we are starting off with the Judgment Day. And if anybody noticed the beginning of Raw, it seemed very Attitude Era-esque with the camera angle and the pyros. I thought that was really cool.
I totally caught that. And they also did an updated intro to include CM Punk in the intro video now.
Okay, I missed that part, but I'm doing well. And we do have a Miracle on 34th Street fight tonight with R-Truth facing JD McDonough.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what we're starting off with, because both Finn Balor and Damian Priest do not look like they're in ring ready as of right now. Well, JD McDonough does. So it looks like we are getting ready for a street fight to kick off this holiday edition of Monday Night Raw, as it is the last Monday Night Raw before Christmas.
Yes, it is.
And Chris Best, that needs to go back up.
What needs to? Oh, the overlay. Yeah.
And yes, if everybody sees, we are now dubbed as the Raw Patrol. It was a joke I made, but we're going to go with it. So that is why you see that beautiful custom-made, slightly copyrighted Raw Patrol logo.
I love that video you sent me, by the way, with the Raw Patrol.
So I don't know how far behind I'm going to be, you guys, tonight, or if I'm going to be caught up, because I did reset the modem earlier today.
Are you still on poker?
No.
Okay, then you're not that bad.
They're showing me the graphic for
The
Piper
American
and Chelsea versus KC Squared tonight.
Oh, you are pretty behind now, because now they're talking about the Intercontinental title. Before that, though, they talked about Shinsuke Nakamura doing a thing called the American Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, which is where I'm at now.
Okay, so you're about maybe 15, 20 seconds. Oh, poor Dom. No title for him.
No.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to go out there, and I said this earlier when I was on Tom Colleyhue's show earlier, not on it, but in the chat. I think Dominic Mysterio can very well be considered one of WWE's MVPs of 2023. He has taken a gigantic leap forward. And
he has been voted as the MVP of 2023 for wrestling in general.
Yeah,
I mean talk about a complete turnaround from like when he was a babyface 2 years ago. Just he was completely vanilla, and now he's like one of the most hated guys on the roster.
Yes.
Now he's tapioca because nobody likes tapioca.
I got a confession to make. I actually like tapioca.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I
I
do
was
too.
like,
I
oh
do
my
too.
God. See, this is why the Leafs don't win in the playoffs. Because of your guys' like of tapioca.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a Habs fan, so we never make the playoffs. Oh, wait a second. We did make the finals the 1 year in a year where we shouldn't have, though.
No.
Yeah, the pandemic year. That was in Edmonton, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
No. You're welcome. Our city made you guys better. We had the boys, Joshua Joseph, coming in, said, hello, brothers. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing tonight?
How's
JJ,
it
how
going,
we
JJ?
doing?
Mm. Mm. I mean, she
Lives in
speaks
the-
truth there.
Yeah. Saying that the Judgment Day ran 2023 and they plan to do the same in 2024. Joshua is just catching up on promo work and show prep for the In Your House tomorrow. So if everyone, you want to go check out Turnbuckle Talk tomorrow, live at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, live here on Turnbuckle Studios with the three of us tomorrow.
Yeah, all
Yes.
three of us doing it.
Yeah, go check out In Your House with Joshua Joseph and all of the people in that group. They do amazing work. Basically, like our brother promotion over there. We can almost say.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotta love our true shirt. You know, obviously that shirt was printed before JD entered the Judgment Day, but just ads and tape and our truth. Now, in case you're watching Monday Night Raw and you're wondering, what is CM Punk going to do? I have some bad news. CM Punk is not reported to be backstage in Des Moines, Iowa, and not slated to be a part of Monday Night Raw in a live capacity. Things could change, but as of the report I read prior to Raw, that was the case.
Yeah, so we're more than likely going to get Seth coming out and saying something, and that's pretty much it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Seth is going to come out and talk a little bit about Punk, but also Drew McIntyre, who he's slated to defend the World Heavyweight Championship against at the Day 1 episode of Monday Night Raw, as Joshua Joseph is very upset, as we know that CM Punk is his favorite wrestler and child boy hero.
I do apologize, guys. I had to go quiet. I'm getting videos of my boy's Christmas concert from a few hours away as well, so I had to check in on that. I have heard everything you've said about CM Punk not being there. I'm not disappointed, but yes, we are getting a number of classic pay-per-views, PLEs
Wow. Okay.
revisited for the New Year's week with
Yeah.
the day one edition of Raw. We always get New Year's Evil from NXT, and then the 5th of January edition of SmackDown will be New Year's Revolution.
We have a stipulation added to the JD McDonough match here. Loser leaves Judgment Day.
Wow.
I mean,
just when you thought this couldn't get any more ridiculous, our
Yeah.
truth ups the ante.
and we are getting a very ferocious R-Truth to get it all started. And we are getting a run-in as well.
We are.
We have a run-in from one Bubba Duke.
What's going on, y'all?
Bubba,
Not
welcome
too
to the
much.
show.
Hold on. I'm gonna get my audio all set up here.
Ryan Bowman, welcome tonight, bro. And he's coming in saying it'll be a miracle if this match actually entertains us. Keep in mind, this is a Miracle on 34th Street fight that's under Hunter, not Vince this time around.
Yes.
I like the play on words, though, Brian. Keep it up. It's Perish
Yeah.
approved.
Yes.
It is.
As our truth is taking his custom-made 24/7 belt.
I had my TV remind me that Raw was on, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be in here.
All good, brother. You feeling any better from when we talked earlier?
my voice is in and out still, so if I don't say much, that's why.
No worries. No worries.
JJ saying if Bubba Duke echoes, we riot.
What?
What?
If you
Oh, so
echo.
you an echo.
I'm echoing?
No, if you do, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Bro, you can't mess with me right now. I'm not feeling good.
Oh, we'll mess with you all right then.
Oh, we're messing with you because you're not feeling good.
I know you are. And even if I didn't, I would ask you if you were okay. I'm rocking the Brodus Clay haircut today.
Oh, no.
Got it all shaved off.
Hey.
Somebody call your mama.
You need to shave the
Look at
rest
what-
then.
His mom's upstairs.
We're at our first commercial break right now. I'm not even going to entertain that one.
Almost as bald as a cue ball right there.
Puberty will kick in once for you.
One day I'll get to puberty.
And then when the testicles drop,
Okay.
Oh.
One thing at a time, OMD. One thing at a time. First, we got to bust the balls before they drop, all right?
Speaking of nuts,
Ryan Bowman coming in saying you look like Amish roadkill.
Ryan, little funny story about that, Ryan. The last CWE show, I did commentary with Karl, and I bought suspenders that day because I didn't want my fucking pants dropping everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking Vinny Da Vinci sees me coming around the corner, and the first thing he says, he's like, "Dude, you look like Amish roadkill right now." With because I was wearing a white shirt under a blue like fucking button-up shirt underneath. I was trying to look all like professional for an announcer, right?
So you look like Amish roadkill.
Yeah.
speaking of Amish roadkill, did you hear about that accident that happened a couple weeks ago?
No,
No.
don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, a new Canadian killed an Amish young gentleman on the highway.
Oh, jeez.
And guess what? He's not going to jail for manslaughter because he's a new Canadian.
Okay, Monday Night Raw, people. We're
Yeah.
still talking about Monday Night Raw. Where the only manslaughter we see is in the Miracle of 34th Street fight between R-Truth and JD
Did you
McDonough.
see how good Rhea Ripley was looking tonight?
She looks ready
Oh,
to
yes.
compete.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
And this just reminds everybody, when you want to go rogue, go to rogueenergy.com. Use that promo code Perish to save yourself 10% off.
Okay, I think I'm tripping out here. I thought I heard Panthers Oilers coming up, and then it shows Panthers and Flames.
Yeah, the Oilers, they didn't show up against the Panthers, so I don't know what you're watching.
Yeah, no, I just got the Panthers Flames commercial, and now I'm getting the graphic warning back.
Well, we're right into the match over here now.
Well, that was a close fucking 2 count right there. It was almost 3. Seth freaking Rollins is going to be on tonight.
Of course he is. Because he's
Punk
Seth
isn't.
freaking Rollins. Yep.
And Punk's not going to be there, but Drew will be.
Why is Punk not on Raw his first official night?
Who knows?
Do we really need Punk every week though?
No, I don't think we do.
I think we do. I want to milk that cow for every dime I can get out of her.
I think it's good if you get that little bit of variation and you don't have all of these huge names here every week. Like I think you could give the Judgment Day a week off and Raw's not going to suffer. But they are also one of the hottest acts going, so that's why you want to milk it.
But Punk is also one of the hottest acts going right now too.
He is, but I think they don't really want to force that issue because he's had 3 weeks of good behavior.
His house arrest bracelet hasn't gone off in 3 weeks, so he's doing good, right?
Yep.
Oh, pardon me.
Did you happen to see that spot that they just did with the drop
Yeah,
toe?
classic.
That was hilarious. That sell by JD was just everything I needed.
But a match that R-Truth is in, can you really go wrong with silly, goofy spots like that?
The face he made.
Yeah, that's what we were both laughing at.
Yeah.
I looked up afterwards and I saw Dom taking the tumble into the Christmas tree, and I thought you guys were laughing at that too.
No.
Well, that's pretty funny too, but correct me if I'm wrong. They are in Australia right now, right?
They're in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't go to Australia till February.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right too. That's my birthday. That's right.
Yeah. And then this is the
I
last show before WWE actually takes their holiday break, as they are off until Boxing Day.
Yes.
Under the new Triple H regime, he has given everyone a week off around the holiday.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
What the hell is this fake news, Bubba?
What's what?
Oh, Matthew Holland coming in and saying hi, Tyrus and Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, geez. I don't know which one's the bigger insult, to be honest.
Here's the thing. I've been doing this way before that dude was doing it, so he's copying Bubba Duke.
I gotta say, this is actually a lot more entertaining than other Miracle on 30 or Massacre on 34th Street fights or whatever they're calling it.
Miracle on 34th Street fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh right, Massacre on 34th Street was an ECW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You know this isn't going to happen, but hey, it's good to think it will.
Oh, Bubba, I'm not sure if you know this, but R-Truth put in a stipulation in this match that the loser leaves Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yes, I caught that
Okay.
while I was loading and freaking out because I was thinking I was late.
The guy with the blue blanket is Abdullah the Butcher. That'd be you, OMD.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that one out.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
okay. I was thinking it was Chris actually.
Oh, that was Oh, he did it!
What?
How the?
That means JD's out.
Did Dom absolutely cost JD the match there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is terrific.
Yeah.
He just can't do anything right lately.
But actually,
Oh,
is JD actually out? That's the question.
no, he's not. They're not going to do that.
Oh, it's terrific. I don't think anybody expected that to happen.
No.
No.
But I'm so happy they did that.
Right?
That's why I was saying, like, it's nice to know that stipulation, but it ain't going to happen, and it happened.
No.
Like, wow.
No, never say never, man. They've been saying that forever.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound like my bird, but I mean, we're under the Hunter Hearst Helmsley regime right now.
Yes.
Your
So
bird
expect
can
things-
say that?
Oh, not really, but
Mine just always says F you and other drivers get mad. It's weird.
I've only seen these young ladies the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're very impressive as a tag team.
that's why they're getting the title shot tonight.
Yep.
And I actually believe that they have a good shot at probably winning this. I don't see a reason why you don't have a couple swap of the team titles right now, especially with somebody like the KCs, who then can go to SmackDown and feud with the Kabuki Warriors, and then it's your way of bringing them over to SmackDown and then actually working with new people, because Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Sorry, Chris Best. Chelsea Green aren't going
There
over
you
to
go.
SmackDown to work with new heels.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Well, like I think what they're doing over on
I made
SmackDown is
Tyra's happy.
Okay. Matthew's
I-
asking who's the guy
Yeah.
with the skinny chin.
that's why I put our names up so that he knows. Although he can't see Bubba's name,
Ah,
Skinny chin.
that would be Perish probably.
Hold on, bro. Okay? It ain't skinny underneath there, bro. There's like another 3 chins down here.
I don't think I have a skinny chin, and if he says mine's skinny, it's just called being in shape.
Yeah.
Round is a shape, fucker.
you just took the words right out of my mouth, Bubba.
One of these days.
Sweet, then I'm the dick with the 3 balls.
Still me.
Sorry. I thought it was funny.
OMD, destroying your studio again.
Yep.
It's okay. JD's gonna be fine. You don't need to destroy your studio.
Man, your equipment's taking more days off than your star receivers.
Damn.
Fucking Tyreek in week 15. I need a day off.
Dude, when I played football, we didn't have days off. Holy cow, my phone is taking an hour to reload.
Well, it's clear he's not taking lessons from Darren Young.
OMD, remember said person that you didn't message?
Yes,
Guess who I got a message from?
you and me both.
You got another one?
Yep.
You know what I told her? I'm like, yeah, might want to stop texting me because you're texting my brother.
Oh, okay.
I think that's kind of disgusting.
Right.
And then my phone did this. It went into reboot mode.
Nice. Oh, I was referring to another situation and somebody else that was messaging me earlier that
So we're on our second commercial break of Monday Night Raw.
Right?
JJ coming in and asking, "Oh my,
Go ahead.
Perish, did I not tell you my Bears would screw themselves or fuck themselves?"
Oh yeah, no, I did not believe you. It's the Bears.
right.
Sorry.
It's just between the Bears and the Browns. Sometimes it's hard who you're actually referring to when you say the phrase, they're gonna fuck it up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, there's now the Bengals, the Steelers, the Vikings that you can throw into that category.
Well, the Vikings have sucked since the beginning anyway. Don't even get me started on
The
those.
Vikings have sucked since Lewis left.
My flat chest has more cups than they do.
Giggity.
And I'm going to say it because I'm going into this game this coming Sunday. The Cowboys are screwing themselves.
Yeah, they do
Who they
that
playing?
every year.
I know. It's actually my sister's ex-husband's team is the Cowboys, and they're coming to Miami on Sunday to play my Dolphins. So
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you thought your team was going to beat the Titans last week. So
I know. We choked on that one.
Which is great because I won my week that week because Levi decided to ball out in 3 minutes. I was like, thank you. Worst time to have Sam Howell on a bye week, but the Gene guy got it done.
You know, I haven't watched the NFL in so long that I can't even pick a team that I like anymore because the team I did like turned chicken and changed their name.
The NFL? Oh, the Commanders.
I'm Mish, and they need to be stayed as the fucking Redskins.
There's
They're
actually
dragging shit.
there's actually a thing out there, a petition for them to change it back, and their ownership says it's on the table because they got new ownership this last year, and they said they're open of changing the name away from the Commanders and not opposed to going back to the Redskins. As there's a lot of indigenous people that came to the defense of that name, which a lot have done over other leagues as well.
Why do you think the Blackhawks are still the Blackhawks?
Well, because they also like political BS. If you haven't,
Well, I mean, let's be honest about that. Yeah,
And I mean, the big reason why they changed their name to the Commanders from the Redskins was because FedEx said we're going to pull the naming rights for the field and stop sponsoring you.
Which they should have just said, bye, we'll find somebody else because there's people lined up to sponsor them.
Yeah, I mean, Pornhub tried to buy their naming rights to the Saints.
Really?
I was really happy they went another direction.
Right? Could you imagine how funny that would have been?
I was like, we had Mercedes-Benz, and then the Falcons to call their stadium the same thing because that team is almost as unoriginal as AEW. Yeah, WCW 2. Said it. But I don't know. Oh god, that would have been brutal. Did not want any memes on that one.
Here we go.
And going back to the whole Redskins or the Commanders going back to the Redskins thing, that's the same thing that happened with the Eskimos up here, CFL.
Oh yeah,
people-
trust me, I know. And then it took them
Yeah.
3 years to win a game as the Elks. It was really funny.
Yeah.
We were a month and a half away before Connor McDavid won a home game before that football team did. And let me tell you something. The city was actually hoping that was going to happen.
Yeah. No, but I know that a lot of Eskimo people were like, "Why did you fucking change the name? We don't
Oh, yeah,
really
no, they
care,"
had-
you know?
It was a proactive decision on the team's end. And then it just, what I thought was brutal is like the last year that the Eskimos were the team name, they were doing a promo thing, a Join Our Empire. And I'm like, oh, okay. When they got rid of that and they said they wanted to keep the iconic Double E logo, I'm like, ooh, Empire's perfect, right? Like
The
you're
Edmonton
using-
Empire would be an awesome name.
Well, and guess who used to be an Eskimo? Roman Reigns, Roman Empire. Oh, yeah, last year the Eskimos, he was there doing a promotional date on there. And guess who used to be a Stampeder? Oh, just the man who is known as The Rock, right? What an amazing thing you could have done for a Labor Day Classic if by chance they were ever to meet at a WrestleMania. Who would have thought?
That
could
would have
actually
been-
help the CFL and their stupid rules, like giving a point to a kicker who can't do his job on a field goal.
Right.
By the way, we have Becky Lynch on screen. And she's not asking Nia Jax what her postal code is to send her a gift. Now, have you guys changed your tone about Nia Jax with this recent run back? Because I think she has been absolutely great since coming back.
I was gonna, yeah, I think I have too. As far as her in ring, her promo just needs a slight bit more tweaking to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't hate her getting like a manager. Like if there was ever going to be a Paul Heyman girl, I think Nia Jax would be perfect in that place.
Becky looking like she's coming out of the Fifth Element movie.
Right?
Well, if she wants to know her postal code, I know the city. It's San Diego, California.
Like, pick one, right? So I hear Charlotte Flair tore a bunch of crap in her knee, eh?
Yeah, a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus, as well as a potential stiff neck due to the landing that she took.
I told her not to go to the school of my injured knees. She didn't listen. That's the exact injury I had when I served in the Army, by the way.
But yeah, out for at least 9 months, which absolutely sucks. Not only missing the Royal Rumble, missing WrestleMania,
And SummerSlam.
potentially.
Yeah.
I can see her still being at WrestleMania, but like backstage kind of thing.
She'll
Oh,
probably
no,
just be like in the crowd at the Hall of Fame or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I don't even. Yeah, I think she'll be completely gone. I think one of the best things that she could do is actually stay completely out of everything. So when she does come back, it would be a bigger deal.
Yes.
Like
That's true. It'd be
I
a
mean,
bigger pop for sure.
if hypothetically the plan was Jade Cargill and Charlotte at WrestleMania, they easily could just make this such a bigger marquee match now. With Jade, if Jade Cargill is to go on, make a really big impact, maybe get a dominant win, say at a SummerSlam, and even if Charlotte's not medically cleared to wrestle but can walk and do everything, that's when you have a confrontation between the two. And it could be one of those moments, as we've seen lately with SummerSlam. They have moments now, and it's really becoming their second biggest show outside of WrestleMania. Kofi as Santa is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
right?
Very creepy. Yeet.
Man, they really want you to know the Yeet is back, right?
Yeah. Ryan Boltman coming in here with actually a take I kind of agree with, honestly. The women's division doesn't really need Charlotte all that much. It would just be better if she did stay away for a long time. And I kind of agree. If she's going to be gone away for that 9 months, she's now, I think in those 9 months, she could turn herself around and be refreshing to see come back.
Yes. And keep her out of the title picture when she comes back. Just let her come back, get some matches, and let her work her way back.
Let her work with some of the newer roster that could potentially be on the main roster when she comes back next year.
Yes.
But if you have a chance to hit a home run right away, I don't think you can afford to miss it either. If people
You
want
have
to
to go.
see, if people want to see Charlotte Flair and a Jade Cargill right away, then you tease it and then you set it up and you go forward with it. It would be such a breath of fresh air because we have no idea in this 9 to 12 months that she is rumored to be out. Who else is going to be out? Who could not be around at that point? Whose contract ends and maybe leaves? We don't know the situations then.
Right.
So knowing that you have somebody on that echelon of Charlotte Flair, whether you like her or not, whether you want her in that, you might be forced where you need somebody like that at that point.
Yes.
So I wouldn't crack the egg until I know that there's
Mhm.
yolk inside it first.
Yeah.
What if you set it up with her and that other girl as the other girl goes, okay, you're back, but you want a title shot, you're going through me because I'm the number one contender kind of thing.
Yeah.
Start a feud.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. Like, just because if she comes back and has a moment doesn't necessarily mean you have to do a match right away. It could be one of those where it's like, well, you think you just can come here while I'm away and pretend to take my spot? I'm here to remind you that when I'm back, I'm coming after you. And I'm back, say Royal Rumble, hypothetically, right?
Well,
All of a sudden, that Royal Rumble match of 2025 just became, ooh, I got to watch this now.
Yep.
So let's say that she actually is ready for SummerSlam. You got to make Jade Cargill that marquee match up there, because that's just money doing Charlotte and Jade there. But here's another one Ryan brings in that I think could be interesting if the rumors of Sasha returning are in fact true. The ultimate story for the women's division would be to see Charlotte reform the four horsewomen, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha, or perhaps Bianca in the fourth spot. I think that would be fantastic for next year's War Games if they do that.
Yes.
I'll let you go, OMD, because
I was going to say, I do see Sasha coming back. I see her returning at the Rumble because she is back to in-ring training. She said she's going to sign with somebody in 2024. And apparently her working plans with AEW are no longer working plans. So I'm firmly behind her and expecting her to return in the Rumble.
yeah, I know. It was reported not only by Fightful but also Tom Collihue with his earlier today. That obviously, yeah, there were tentative plans for the AEW. Those tentative plans have fallen. The door has not yet been shut with a potential debut in AEW. However, the talks have dropped, and there is a reported large offer out there. It is very public knowledge that Triple H wants Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks back. But how are we going to do it? We might not even see Sasha Banks come to WWE. We might see Mercedes Moné
Right.
come to WWE. That could be a stickler on the negotiation where she wants to continue with the Mercedes Moné brand, not the Sasha Banks.
Right.
So it'll be very interesting. But yeah, if somebody like Charlotte is out, if Jade can come in and maybe she's not the number one baby face back, she will get a pop. But I mean, you tell me, if she comes back and she decides to turn on a Bianca Belair, you're going to boo Sasha.
Yeah.
If she comes back and, turns on somebody like, say, a Becky, we're going to boo Sasha. But we all know that Mercedes Moné, if she goes up against a Jade, that's a very big opportunity. Or it's interesting. It all depends on like what the situation is, but I can see down in a War Games potentially a 4-horse woman of Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky going up against maybe the next generation of women, and that could be Jade Cargill, that could be Rhea Ripley, that could be Bianca Belair, and then add a fourth to that. Like, who would be that next generation fourth to you? I know a lot of people want to say Liv Morgan. I actually don't think it's going to be her.
I don't.
I don't either. I'm going Tiffany Stratton.
Chris Best, you took the words right out of my mouth. Again, I'm with you 100%.
I think she's ready to come up. So Ryan coming in and saying Raquel Rodriguez. Sure, why not?
I think Liv Morgan has been around long enough that she would now fit more into that older generation with the Charlottes, with the Beckys, with the Baileys and the Sashas.
I'm going to give you a name of people who we think like has done nothing but just constantly impress us since coming up to Monday Night Raw. But I think Zoe Stark can very well fit into that role as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And I think Zoe Stark could be like that, the non-powerhouse version that's similar to maybe what Becky is too. And then you look at like, okay, well, who's the next like really dominant figure? Like Charlotte. Well, it's Rhea. Okay, well, who's that athletic one in there, kind of like Sasha? Well, you got Bianca, and then you can have Jade against Bayley, which I think it would be very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Ryan Bowman coming in saying, bring back Mandy Rose. Absolutely. Apparently, WWE is now open to negotiating with her.
But I'd still keep her in NXT. I think she has unfinished business in NXT. I don't think maybe a big the only thing I maybe would like to see her on the main roster do is maybe do something with like a Carmella and a Chelsea Green. I think that would be very interesting. That could be 2.0 of what they did.
Right. Yeah, a 2.0 of Toxic Attraction, essentially.
Yeah.
Or even bring back Toxic Attraction.
Yes.
Sick. But what I am saying is we're getting ready for the Intercontinental Championship match. I was kind of surprised. I thought this very well could be the main event tonight, but we're getting Intercontinental Champion Gunther defending against The Miz, in which if The Miz is not successful in claiming the Intercontinental title, he will no longer receive a championship match for the Intercontinental Championship as long as Gunther is the champion.
So I think based on what we saw last week, it's going to be the Creed brothers taking on Finn and Damian in the main event tonight.
Yeah.
Miz is in pretty good shape right now too.
Well, if you want to go one-on-one against Gunther, you're gonna have to up something, whether it's your intensity, whether or not it's just being in better shape. You have to do something because Gunther is a machine.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know what I say? If you can't win this title, there's a dude holding 2 titles right there in the background. Beat his ass for both of those.
I don't know. Miz can beat anybody up.
He's a really good guy, though.
He tips well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, The Miz is a total company man. He's one guy. Like, I think of guys who I don't think would leave WWE for AEW, and The Miz is on that list for me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see The Miz ever leaving WWE.
I'm actually going to say this. I don't think I ever see Gunther leaving to go to AEW.
No, I don't either. I agree.
That would be a big mistake for him.
The only match really there for Gunther would be Miro.
Yep. Well,
yeah, but I don't even think I see Miro staying in AEW.
No, I was just going to say, I
see Miro coming back. So.
Yeah.
And he'd bring that beautiful wife of his with him.
Who was hospitalized recently, by the way.
Yes, she was.
and then went grocery shopping for the first time in a decade, apparently. That's what TikTok told me.
Okay. Yeah, JJ, I was just going to say Brian Cage would be a fantastic match for Gunther. You also got Hobbs, Samoa Joe, Brian
Eddie
Danielson.
Kingston would actually be a lot of fun with Gunther, too.
Joe, I
Yeah.
could see. Hobbs, no. I think Gunther would walk over Hobbs.
Samoa Joe would be very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting.
You know who I'd like to see?
Swerve. Yes, JJ.
No.
Cesaro.
Sorry. No.
Claudio would be fun.
William Regal.
In his prime, William
In his
Regal.
prime, wrestle.
Yep.
No,
That would
I
be a
wanted
hell
I
of a
wanted to
match.
see William Regal against Bryan Danielson, both in their prime.
Mhm.
Or I wanted to
Right.
see wanted to see Chad Gable and William Regal in their prime. Or
But
Ilya
I'm gonna
Dragunov
say-
and William Regal in their prime.
I'd love to see Dragunov and Gunther again. I'm going to give you guys this one when he's ready because he still does need a little bit more seasoning. But what about a guy like Charlie Dempsey from NXT versus Gunther?
I think that'd be a fine match.
That would be, yeah. I was going to say, that could be interesting.
I mean, Dempsey does have that regal lineage.
But here's the ultimate one that I want to see. And I think it's going to happen at WrestleMania. It's Gunther versus Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That match. Teased
Yep.
it at the Rumble. And let me
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you something. I'm 2 balls deep. I want to see that match.
I could see how that would go out in the Rumble, too. You got Brock Lesnar's knocked everybody down, maybe eliminated a few guys. We get that countdown from 10. Gunther makes his way out. Then they stand face to face.
Yep.
Or just have them start the Rumble. Do something
Yeah.
unprecedented and just start with the 2 biggest people.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, yeah, I could see Lesnar honestly winning the Intercontinental title at Mania from Gunther.
Dude, starting off with them two, to me, would be just like in the 89 Rumble when they started off with Axe and Smash beating the shit out of each other.
See,
Right.
here's the thing. I don't have Brock Lesnar winning that match. If
Oh, me
you want to
neither.
solidify Gunther,
You have to have Gunther.
him beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Hell,
Okay.
have Gunther submit Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
How can you even at that point any longer dispute the capability of Gunther when he makes Brock Lesnar not just beat him, but
But
have him
tap him out. Yeah.
tap him out, have him say I quit. My God. And I don't even think Brock Lesnar, I don't think personally he would even mind that. I think he knows the business. He understands what that does because if he was then to come back, he would be such a great sympathetic babyface in that. And how rare would you be able to see Brock Lesnar as a sympathetic underdog babyface walking into anything?
And to bunk off that, Perish, you can actually start it at the Rumble with Gunther throwing Lesnar out like he was nothing.
Yep.
Oh, that's exactly what you have. You had Lesnar to pick him up for the F5, but as soon as it goes to go, it goes in, Germans over the top rope. Done.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
There you go.
Because now you have Lesnar wanting to seek revenge.
Mhm.
And what better way to try and do it at Mania?
Actually, I'll give you one, not because I want to see this match, but I want to see the visual. I want to see the visual of Gunther and Paul White just once.
Okay. Yeah, I could.
Just because I want to see Gunther powerbomb him. And I want to see him like do everything he does. But when you do it on a guy that size, like remember when Cesaro picks him up for the body slam to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? That was amazing.
Yep.
Picked him up and carried him over to the ropes and then threw him out.
Gave him the European uppercuts, bounces off the ropes, picks him up, dumps him. Man. And how Vince does not make that a world champion, beyond me.
With how over he got with everything Cesaro was doing at that time,
Yep.
The only thing that didn't get him over has been a Paul Heyman guy. Would have thought that one.
Right.
Yeah, really. I completely forgot about that actually. And that brief little tag team he had with Curtis Axel.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
I look up and that's all I seen. I was like, ouch.
I saw that big boot and it reminded me of watching The Undertaker talk about his very first wrestling match, which was against Bruiser Brody. And he talks about the big boot he took from Brody, and Brody just caved his chest in with that boot.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
pretended
knocked
to
the wind
call
right out of
him
him.
What's that?
He
Perish?
said that on Steve Austin's podcast, how he
Yeah.
went in and he was trying to call the match, and then he was just like kind of being
Brody
disrespectful
wasn't
to the
having
vet,
it.
and then Brody just kicked the living crap out of his chest.
But imagine
Gunther
going
doing the ball thing to Miz is the meme I needed right
Yeah.
before Christmas.
But imagine like getting your start in wrestling and finding out your first match is Bruiser Brody. Like, how fucking scary would that have been, really?
It's almost as scary as Zach Gowen making his WWE debut. And you're like, oh yeah, you're gonna work Brock Lesnar. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
My piss is drooling down one leg right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks stiff. I'm into this match. Beating up the Miz is like my ASMR.
Somebody's TV is coming through there, Mike.
Yeah, I can hear Gunther pretty well off somebody's TV.
OMD over there.
Probably mine.
Oof. I don't know. I don't think it's mine. Mine isn't that loud. I can barely hear it. So. Not looking forward to trying to go to work. Oh. I'll end up going to the dollar store.
Cole,
buying a giant thing of orange juice.
Cole totally stealing Parrish's words there.
Yeah, he really in like 100%. I cannot make this up if I want. He literally said, "Go to rogueenergy.com, use the promo code Perish for 10% off all your orders." I don't know why, but thank you, Michael Cole, for saying this. I appreciate it.
Guy's on the ball. How much you paying him to do that for you?
Nothing. He works for me. Okay, no.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm out. That's the end of the night for this guy. Jeez. Thanks, buddy. I needed that.
You're welcome.
Oh, nice catch.
Oh, no, he can play for the Blue Jays because nobody else is signing there.
Ooh.
Nobody wants to play for the Jays.
I was going to say good because we need some outfielders now.
I was a good outfielder. Won us a championship.
I heard you guys actually tried to sign the legit Angels in the outfield from the movie, and even they flew away.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know. I'm an Astros fan, so
Yeah, so OMD's team cheats.
that was 6 years ago.
Hey, Astros were Oiler colors. You leave them alone.
Oh, jeez, that sounded like it hurt.
And Eddie Guerrero said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So shame on those losers that lost to the quote-unquote cheating Astros.
The Dodgers.
What's
That was the
Ryan
Dodgers.
saying here? I can't read it.
It says Gunther
good.
reminds me a lot of Dick Murdoch, except not as lazy.
and not as racist.
Right?
I don't think he said that.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Gunther's not racist, but Dick Murdoch was. I mean, that story where he took Dusty Rhodes to a fucking KKK fucking rally there. Dusty's like, yeah, turn me around and take me home, please.
Right?
What? It wasn't Kofi Kingston's Kingdom?
No.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. The clan story is true, bro. Ryan.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Fucking Perish got me again.
and just so you are aware, OMD,
Yes, sir.
I am wearing pants too, so this is just my good stuff coming out today.
All right. I'm wearing pants as well. So
I know your colostomy bag has to be held onto by something.
it does. It does. But I've actually gone with the depends tonight, so I don't have to do the locker room visits.
Oh shit.
He might have to do that. Oh, Bubba.
I don't even know why. Why? Just here. I don't even. Just take these off.
And you thought you were going to be late, huh?
Right? Oh my god. Who's Peanut?
They're coming in and saying, "Yo, how's it going, Peanut? Welcome to the show."
That actually reminds me of something really cool.
That you need peanut butter? Or
No. My sister, God bless her soul, her gamer tag was Peanut, and then she put dash Ming for the Ming Dynasty.
Oh yeah.
I think
Flash
you know my
forward for those
sister.
who is your sister?
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
What her
You
real
can-
name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tell
think
me
you
in
might
the
have
private
worked with her.
chat, you know.
Have you not heard some of the earlier conversations? Bubba dude clearly does not use the private chat function.
Yeah,
that's
right.
true.
Like that involves me clicking buttons, and it ain't gonna happen, bro. Not when I'm feeling like this.
Yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to be the button clicker tonight.
Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
I'm on parental leave, man. This is holidays, so it's totally all on you.
And this is your last Raw on parental leave, is it not?
Yeah, well, technically next week's Raw is just a watch. Like it's not even like a real episode,
Wah?
so we don't. Yeah, Raw. Yeah, it's
Wah?
it's the Mandarin version of Monday Night Raw. All right, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Hey, just because I speak more languages, don't hate the player, right?
No si habla en français.
Je suis d'accord.
You know what? Fungu.
Yeah, you did not think I could respond to that, did you? French 30 grad right now. All right.
I was horrible in French, but I actually combined Spanish and French there.
Yeah, really. I was
You were
gonna
paying
say
attention.
What war did your education system lose for you to mix those languages?
All of them.
Okay, fair enough. Gunther now trying to go for the Boston Crab on the Miz.
I mean, you think I'd be the one who'd mess up my French, considering my French teacher spoke fluent Spanish and she was Italian as well.
No, I expect Montreal to mess up the language
Yeah.
of French.
I only passed French class because I was doing the teacher. I mean,
Only
I
Bubba.
worked really hard at getting my
Yeah.
grade.
But the teacher said your D was petite.
That's right. She liked the D. Dude, that's it. We're getting fired. Fuck, I gotta go to HR class for sensitive training again.
Carl's
Yep,
like, I'm
HR.
not taking off another episode as long as I live.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Carl is away on assignment tonight.
It doesn't mean he ain't watching. Don't let him fool you.
Right?
He's come in the chat before on Raws where we were hosting. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're officially 1/3 in a run. And we're only on our second match.
Yeah.
It's
So
actually been
everything's
a pretty entertaining
Whoa.
first hour, too.
getting some good time with the matches here. Miz and Gunther putting on an absolute classic here on Monday Night Raw for that Intercontinental title. And now we're getting to that nitty-gritty part of the match where you got to just
Throw caution into the wind and just give
Yep.
her.
and hope to God that somebody didn't fart.
Or shart.
Well, oh yeah, you guys
Oh my
want
God.
my child farted in a bath the other day. It was hilarious.
Did it scare him?
No, he almost fell asleep because it just relaxed him. It was like 4 a.m. It was probably the funniest thing in the world because he goes to take a bath and then he starts like peeing in there, and then it's just like funny because I'm like, I bet you that he's not done, and then all of a sudden I'm in the other room and oh yeah, I could smell it. He was not done. It was great.
Whoa, that was close. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, the power!
No.
Oh, that
No.
reminds me of Samoa Joe. That transition right there.
Yeah,
Nice
from the
and
power bomb to
smooth,
the
eh?
Boston Crab.
Yeah.
just nice and smooth. Come on, Miz.
So we were talking about Karl just a few moments ago, and he actually sent me pictures of the venue for the CWE show on January 5th, and it actually looks bigger than what Sue Blaster is doing.
Nice. Where is the venue
Where
this
is-
time?
yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but I'll open up my IM with Karl because
Thank you. And
Feel,
PS OMD, if you get tickets, I will pay you for my ticket.
All right.
And just let me know how much.
Yeah, I will. I got to wait and see because I'm already low on funds, and then I
I
get
know.
paid right before. And
Gunther favoring that hand.
Well, that's the
No,
one that he
that's-
smashed off
that's-
the post.
yeah, the Queen of Hearts Club right there on Dennis Street. It's basically right across from the old Dairy Queen.
okay,
Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, the old Steelworkers building.
okay.
My
got
brain
the-
is.
You got the Memorial Gardens, the parking lot for the gardens, and then the Steelworkers building.
Is that the one that's right beside the Elks Lodge there?
Yeah,
Like it's right behind it. And
Yeah.
Shooters is in the basement.
yeah,
Okay. I didn't know they had a room big enough in there for it.
yeah. It's a ballroom place now, or a place where
Get him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Damn it.
He's not winning,
not-
bro.
he's not winning.
I'm
No.
a Miz guy. I'm sorry.
Well, you can go play somewhere else.
Yeah,
don't
it's
care.
a
It was based off his theme songs. It says I came to play. Come on. That's what the Mrs. theme song says.
It does.
Huh?
Well, I mean, anything's going to be better than. Like, Sue Blasters was cool. Don't get me wrong. Because they had food and all that stuff there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the convenience of that place.
But the roof was too low. Like, if they would have got rid of those lights.
One of the wrestlers, I think it was OJ Thunderclown, was actually complaining about that throughout the show.
Yep. Because he's a high flyer.
Yeah,
I'm not a high flyer, and I bitched about the lights.
There was a show there that Carl and I wound up working merch
Okay.
because Danny was late, and they had to raise the lights, and they had a 7-foot Spaniard who was almost grazing the lights, running the ropes.
Did you
I
have him
think-
confused for a French poodle? Just a serious question.
No, I didn't. confuse it for a French poodle.
Bro.
Well, he said he confuses the Spanish and French. Right? It was legit.
No, I chose to intermingle them.
Mhm.
Peanut saying,
What-
"What's popping? This match right now is popping. That's what's popping."
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
what an amazing! Oh, I love that. Gunther just rolling out of the way.
I am loving the desperation we're getting out of the Miz, knowing that this
Right?
could very well be his last Intercontinental title match until
For a
Gunther
while.
actually drops the belt. Yeah,
Yeah, for a while, he finally picked them up the right way this time. Jesus. He literally just kneed himself in the chest when he took that bump.
I like Gunther's short arm clothesline, but nobody delivers a better short arm clothesline than Jake the Snake Roberts.
Right?
And we have
I was going to say, is this where Gunther's going to pull the heel move and take the count out? But
Nope.
no.
And what I love about this is, once again, no Vinci, no Kaiser at ringside, just a straight up clean finish.
Well, yeah, and that's what I love about Gunther is he is that final boss because does he have to cheat to win? No. But what makes him the great heel is that you feel like you have to cheat to beat him. Like it is such an impossible task right now to beat him. It's like Bowser doesn't really do anything terrible, but it's still that uphill battle that when you get to him, the sympathy for that baby face is at the maximum high. And then it's just that frustration because you can't dethrone.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but I was going to liken it to a Final Fantasy final boss, where if your levels aren't high enough, you're not going to beat the final boss. So you got to go back and level your characters up before you can beat that final boss.
Well, hot take: Super Mario is better than Final Fantasy. You're muted.
I just kind of got you there, Bust. Can't go wrong with Mario.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with any of those games, really.
No.
No. And I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan, so.
Never played it. Probably never will.
Oh, then no.
Is Gunther retained?
Gunther did retain.
Retained.
So now I've got to wonder who is Gunther's next challenger.
I think Jey Uso. I really think it's Jey Uso.
I tend to, because you got to give Jey Uso still a big match, and I think Gunther. I agree with you, Perish. I think Gunther is that next step.
And I think Jimmy Uso cost Jey Uso that Intercontinental Championship, and we are off to the races for brother versus brother at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Who wins that?
Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Like all fucking deep here, no.
Well, there
So
you
right now
go.
we're getting
In a matter of 1 hour and 7 minutes, that puberty we were talking about has kicked in. I'm very proud of you, Bubba.
Bubba, you have grown so much right before us all.
Yeah.
Right? Like, holy.
That skinny chin is no longer.
Getting a nice promo video for the Creed brothers and basically explaining why they're getting the shot tonight.
Yeah. I just love it because I see like a photo of like one of the Creed brothers picking them up and then Modesto beer. And I'm like, what?
Right?
And then it goes straight to the graphic right after that. And I was like, wait a second. Are you telling me to drink during this match?
Go grab yourself
Is this a match? Or is this Shinsuke just playing more mind games?
Oh,
This is Shinsuke cutting a Mind Games promo coming up.
Okay.
Okay.
As we have
I just-
American Nightmare
I
Before
just
Christmas.
wrapped up the Creed Brothers promo, so
Oh, sorry, bro.
Did you get the Modesto beer as well?
I did.
Was
Mhm.
that not random?
It was. Especially you get the Modesto beer ad right after the Creed promo while the Modelo logo was sitting in the bottom of that promo code.
And like I don't understand. Then you go to the Modesto, or then you go right back to the match graphic.
Right?
So it's like one
That's just telling you
of
guys
all
to drink.
beers. That's the one you want me to drink? Come on now.
Yeah, it's just telling you guys to go drink a cerveza during the match.
No.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
I drink local, real Canadian beer. All right, not this cerveza, hokey pokey bullshit. No.
I'm actually tempted to go and buy some actual local beer. I want to go to Outspoken downtown and pick up some.
It's closed.
I know.
Yeah,
You're done. Yeah, I know.
You guys have
It's weird though,
$100
because like
space.
it's been closed for like months, but nothing has ever like been moved out of that building.
No.
You know what you do? You go and you grab yourself some Muskaka, some Detour beer.
Free
It is
merch.
absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
See, I know my local beers, even in cities I'm not even living in.
The good beer was Union Jack when they were here. Their stills and stuff are still sitting downtown.
Yeah, I saw that too, actually.
Yeah. Nothing there. It's all moved to the front of the building. Like, look, we're here, but we're really not.
I knew a guy who was looking to buy those stills, but never got around to it.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm gonna go here. Peanut, you've been asking us, yo, what's popping? We just want to. I want to know, how did you come across this channel, and tell us a little bit more about yourself. As we like to get to know the people that support us.
The picture is definitely anime. I just don't know what anime it's from.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it. I'm thinking of the comic strip right away. That was my first thing.
Mine was Dark Note or whatever it's called.
Mm.
With the demons and stuff.
Mm.
Death Note.
Ew.
But anyway, I just want to
I
give
was
people a
gonna
quick
say,
shout out.
I was gonna say, anime with demons and stuff. You got to be a little bit more.
Yeah,
Got to narrow it down a little bit more there, bud.
right.
It's like,
I
yeah, do you watch that wrestling show with the gimmick?
Right.
You wanted to give a shout out there, Bubba Duke?
Just wanted to say hi to everybody
No, okay.
that's watching. We got a whole 6 people here saying how you doing.
And also want to take time to wish everyone a happy and safe holidays. It is that it is the week of right before Christmas, so hopefully everyone, you're in good spirits. You're not breaking your bank. You're not, stressing out. Your anxiety levels at a normal.
The bank was
I'm-
long broken, but I filled the stockings today.
I already had my Christmas. I went to my family's on Saturday where we had Christmas dinner that day.
See,
It
I
was
have
awesome.
a working agreement that Santa Claus does the stocking, so I'm one of
Right.
those lucky ones. Yeah.
Fat guy
was,
does one thing all year. That's what he's got to do.
I
It's
gotta
slightly
do some-
chaotic for.
Oh, what do you have to do?
Was that a
OMD?
tease there, OMD?
Yeah.
No,
Are you cramping up? Huh?
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I got to do some gift wrapping this week before the kid comes home on Friday.
Mhm.
Right.
Get it all wrapped, get it over to the parents' house for Christmas morning.
I've got my Christmas gift for my sister in my hand right now. She's helping me to get my my status card for Native,
Oh, yeah,
and I got to prove my ancestry lineage for that, and she gave me ancestry DNA stuff for Christmas. Cost her a pretty fucking arm and a leg though for her to do that.
So, Perish, what's happening between the Eagles and Seahawks tonight?
I don't care.
Oh, wow. You don't actually have the game on in the background?
No, so I've already got the Royal job in fantasy this week, so it doesn't matter. I mean, really, in a free league, if Jackson Smith Najima decides not to have a good game, I would be okay with that, because then I would be able to advance in the Between Two Beers fantasy league. Yeah. But
So I accidentally hit the wrong button on my phone and started casting this to my TV. So I missed Gunther what he told Imperium.
Basically, taking 2 weeks off, do your jobs.
He completely berated them.
Taking some time off to charge, as he is the legendary champion that he is. And he tells Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser that they have no reason to be jolly this year because they've had a lackluster, to say the best, year. So he wants more from them. Like a proud parent, he's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Oh, here we go.
I just got an email saying, it's simple, you can lose weight. And I was like, email please. When I started my parental leave, I was 198. I'm 182 right now. I'm already doing it. True story. 17 pounds.
Yeah, you're not showing that dad bod.
No. I got a flat stomach for like the first time in 37 years. It's weird. You bastard, you coward, you nitwit. I never thought I'd see those 3 words in one sentence before.
Okay. Did not expect that.
Wow, with all the
That's
adrenaline in
cool.
his soul, Cody Rhodes is taking the fight to Shinsuke Nakamura.
I was sitting here thinking this was all a pre-taped promo or something, too.
Right?
Get out of here, extras. We don't want
Why
you.
is the security in there? Like, come on.
They got to pay the local wrestling talent somehow.
Yep.
Adam Pearce
my
doesn't want
God.
chaos before Christmas.
There you go.
Look, I gotta have a word with him. His Green Bay Packers kind of did my team dirty this week.
I like how the one guy who was actually security is just sitting there like, yep, I'm not getting involved in this Cody thing.
Right.
Well, there's always that one security guard at the mall, which is like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill. Gonna work
Yeah, that
smarter,
would be
not
the
harder.
back guy at Ermal.
Yep.
He's not even working there anymore. He got fired.
And I think too, like earlier, we were talking about like whether or not we need CM Punk at the show. But I mean, just like let's take a look and like if we don't get CM Punk, we have Cody Rhodes, we have Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, we have like maybe not Sami Zayn, but will have the whole Judgment Day. We'll have just a hashtag plethora of other people.
I mean, let's look at it too, right? You're in Des Moines, Iowa, so you're in Seth Rollins' home, which puts Punk over as massive heel.
Yeah, but here's what I'll kind of rebuttal with this. Do you care who's heel and who's babyface?
No.
Or do you want just to see escalation with this? Because that's what's going to end up drawing. I don't even like. Some people were booing CM Punk even when he showed up. Like something,
Right.
and the whole idea is Rollins doesn't want Punk there, and like it could just fit to the angle too, and it's very interesting.
What the hell is that all about? You know, there's not too many bigger girls that are like I would consider gorgeous. That girl is one of them.
Piper Niven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she is.
gorgeous.
I like how Piper's kind of turning into a Karen herself.
Now, I would have loved if you said what you said and I wasn't paying attention to the screen. And then I would look over and I would see Bronson Reed on, and I'm just like, oh?
Giggity, giggity. Well, we're getting this tag team match now.
Yeah.
Our second of 3 title matches is coming up right now.
Okay.
Early predictions. Do we see new tag team champions?
No.
Yes.
This is a hard one for me.
That's what she said.
Wah, wah, wah.
Leave your girlfriend out of this, Chris.
Jeez. I want to say yes with an asterisk because I wouldn't be opposed to either one winning, really.
It's a yes or no question. How's there an asterisk?
Right? Like, yes or no,
thing that-
bro. You didn't ask a maybe question. Like,
The thing that
here, you want to borrow my
because-
nuts?
Here, do you want to let me speak, Bubba? The thing that I have, I'm worried about this is if Casey Squared wins, do they add the importance to the women's tag titles that Piper Niven and Chelsea Green seem to have been doing?
I think what you could do is then make a good triple threat or even return match at the Royal Rumble
Mm-hmm.
with Piper and Chelsea. What you could do is you can also add the Kabuki Warriors to that and make it a very intriguing triple threat match.
Yeah.
And you can have KC Squared defeat Piper and Niven at the Rumble, not the fall on the Kabuki Warriors, only then to allow that to be your running title match at WrestleMania, Kabuki Warriors against the KCs.
Yeah.
That could work.
And
That could work.
And is that where you bring in finally Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to run some interference?
What I would do, because right now I think
I would think that the Kabuki Warriors are the top heel tag team over on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you want to have Isla Dawn and Alba Fire maybe as a babyface team.
well, and this is what I think I would do. I would not even entertain Alba Fire and Island Dawn until right after WrestleMania, and that's the team that it would make their presence known to the Kabuki Warriors. Because I would actually have the Kabuki Warriors win the tag titles at WrestleMania, and then I would have that going into the Alba Fire Isla Dawn era, and then it's like, okay, now it's a new era right after Mania.
Right.
Because you haven't done anything with those two yet. How can you expect them to be household names at WrestleMania on 3 months of build? I think that's just unfair. I think at least
So then you could in theory maybe put them at Backlash or something, right?
I would have them in the Rumble for sure as individuals. But
I mean,
no,
for the for that potential tag title match, right?
Yeah, I would save them. I would actually save them just so then they're on their own accord.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's highlighted, and I think, like you said, they'd have to be the baby faces, and I would actually be somewhat in agreeing with that because it'd be a little bit refreshing. And now all of a sudden, you've just installed this new blood. KCs have had a lengthy title reign. It's about 3 to 4 months of a title reign.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden we're talking about what feuds and with multiple teams in the tag team division for the women. When was the last time you can say that there's been 3 to 4 legitimate tag teams after the women's tag team championships?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not even discredit the possibility of if Mercedes Moné comes back, her and Bayley could be a team. Like, again, this is at that point you're not bringing up, potentially a tandem out of NXT, or we might see Chelsea Green, or not Chelsea Green, but people come back like an Alexis Bliss, maybe her and Nikki Cross reform a tag team.
That's right, because I keep forgetting we do have Nikki Cross sitting in the background these days,
And then also remember, like, Shotzi was, her and Charlotte were teasing a tag team too at one point.
They
too.
were.
What's now the plan with Shotzi? Does she go straight into maybe a tag team with Scarlett, as they've been doing some stuff together?
They could, but I could also see Shotzi teaming with Liv.
Yeah, well, but we also could see a return with Liv and Raquel Rodriguez as well.
We absolutely could.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden we are having a legit conversation about the depth of women tag teams. When was the last time you could have said that?
Right.
I mean, the last time we could have said that was when we talked about the building of the depth of the tag teams. But now we're there where we're having that discussion, And
I think that just shows you the evolution of this progression under the Triple H era. Watch. And then let's not forget Natalya and Tegan Nox there as well.
Absolutely.
The only problem I'm having in my brain right now is trying to remember any women tag teams in NXT right now.
Well, you have tandems, right? You have
Kiana James and Izzy Dane.
Yeah, I mean that's one.
Yeah.
You have Thea Hale and JC Jane.
Okay, yeah, okay. So there's even more depth right there, because even NXT wrestlers can challenge for those belts at some point as well, you know.
And again, we go back that if by chance you bring Mandy Rose back, you want to bring back Toxic Attraction. There you go. You got JC Jane and Gigi Dolan right back together. There's, who knows? Maybe we see the Iconics return. Maybe we see, Nia Jax and Tamina forming a tag team.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought that the pairing of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green was going to work out the way it has?
Right.
I know, because about a week ago, I went back and watched the segment where Piper Niven came in and said, "No, I'm your tag team champion, or your tag team partner." And I remember thinking to myself when we were doing the Raw watch along, I'm like, okay, how is this going to work out?
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to see how far it's come along, you know?
And let's not forget, Piper Niven was not in the picture because Sonya Deville was the partner of Chelsea Green.
Right.
So, where does that leave Sonya Deville when she then comes back?
You could have Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Well, and then even before that, we saw a tease of Chelsea Green and Carmella. So when she comes back, what does that have?
Yep.
So there's a lot of possibilities right now. And then we're even talking about, those are just the women in WWE right now.
Yep.
There's potential to bring in more.
Right? You're looking at names like potentially Julia from New Japan.
Maddie, I'm trying to blank on her last name, but she signed with the company. She's decorated in the independents. Deonna Purrazzo is, looking to become a free agent. So there could be that addition as well.
I know it's a bit of a long shot, but even Britt Baker has been in that discussion a few times about what she could do in the WWE,
Oh, God. Well, she would succeed.
That was
she would.
Holy.
Yeah.
No, Britt Baker she'd be an instant star in the WWE, guaranteed.
I think she's quite content where she is right now.
Well, then could you also imagine a potential pairing between maybe Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill?
Right?
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't be intriguing to me.
I think that would be one of the best pairings for Jade, at least.
And then here's one that we don't even talk about again, and I even mentioned this earlier, this name, but they're technically a pairing in some way, shape, or form. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Maxine and Ivy Nile right now, too.
So, and then Indy and Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like we have options here, and so.
The depth for women's tag team wrestling has just exploded over the last year.
It's got some definite potential to blow up into something very lucrative.
Yes.
If done correctly.
And with Hunter at the helm, it will be.
We have
That's
no
what I was just
reason
gonna
to
say.
suspect that it is not going to be done correctly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be an ongoing joke. Oh, well, they have this on them, but they'll find a way to do something stupid. But right now, no. WWE is finding a way to do something great that we're not expecting.
Right?
I even find their product more not linear, but more smooth. It's
Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
It's more.
segments run into each other.
It's not what Vince was doing beforehand, where he was throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Right.
Right.
Well, I mean, you're seeing that, but you're seeing it done in more of a controlled way.
Mhm.
And there's more trust. It's like, okay, yeah, you guys know what you're doing. Here's a general idea. You guys like go out and let's see how you guys would do it. Like, yeah, we want you to at least accomplish this, but do it from your own way. Make it organic. Have that freedom instead of just like, okay, we want to have a match. Then you guys have a 5-minute match. Make it work. And you're just like, oh crap, but like this doesn't even make sense. How do we do that? Like kind of a thing. Like there's all these like additional like questions. Whereas, okay, there's a direction, there's a reason. Okay, but let's now hammer down the why do we care? You know, like let's just do that. Let that be on the onus of the talent. And when you do that, talent has a better way of succeeding. You're putting them in a position to succeed instead of a position to almost take that step back.
I think that's what I've been enjoying Raw and SmackDown a lot lately too, because as you pointed out, Perish, every match on both shows has a reason. There's a story why every match is happening right now.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, here's Dolph Ziggler. We're gonna put him up against Bobby Roode for no reason, you know?
Right.
And there's a time and place to have that, oh my God, I can't believe this is gonna actually happen type match.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like maybe we see a match that's like LA Knight versus CM Punk, and we're just like, I don't know why, but like all of a sudden they just say, I want to find out if I'm better than you. There you go, and you have a match, and it's like, yeah, you can. There's a room and space for that. You just can't do it all the time, and I think that's something.
Right.
And you even see it from local fans of AEW now that it's like, we need more storylines. We need more why. This is just insane now. Like, it's great to have these amazing dream matches, but unless you're going to build to them, you're not doing your product any justice.
Yeah, I like it because, like you said, I'll just make it dumbed down for somebody like me. Here's your alphabet. He gives you A, B, and C. Get to X, Y, and Z. Go.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's nice to see the talent be able to not just call their matches basically, but the storyline, like you're saying, man, it's been missing for so long that I'm totally into wrestling again right now.
Awesome.
I'll put it out in this like thing too. Imagine trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you don't have bread, you don't have peanut butter, you don't have jelly. You also don't know how to make the sandwich.
Mhm.
And then take it in a situation where you have the bread, you have the peanut butter, you have the jam, but you still don't know how to make the peanut butter sandwich. Guess which one is going to be less of a clusterfuck?
Yeah.
Right.
See, even back in the 80s, though, we used to get like these random matches, but at the same time, we'd have Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura explaining the storylines that whichever wrestler would be doing.
Yep.
Like if Honky Tonk Man had a matchup, they'd be like, "Oh, he's got a feud with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and they're gonna fight a Saturday night's main event, and this is why they're fighting." You know.
Yep.
And we didn't get a lot of that in the pandemic era, I guess you could say.
Yes, you were talking about the desperation out of the Miz in the Intercontinental match. I have to put out the desperation we're seeing from Katana Chance and Kayden Carter in this match.
Yeah.
They are literally going for a home run on everything they do here.
So close.
Did she save it?
Yeah, she did. That was so
Holy
close.
cow.
We're seeing possibly the best performance out of all four of these women in this match today. And it's been great.
Oh, the code break.
The way she sold that code breaker was actually pretty cool.
Well, again, it's your opponent knowing what the next move is going to be. So sell it to a certain degree. Holy cow, they won though.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. I'm not upset. I can get behind it.
So now this begs to answer.
I'm just coming up to the finish, so
Comes quick.
Said no woman ever.
Probably all women.
Probably.
OMD, it's just like driving through Deborah. It goes by quick.
Hey man, I went to high school there. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it's
There
not
we go.
Saskatchewan. It takes a while to get through that. You're just like
there we go.
it's like 5 hours of like I've seen this already
I know I passed
100
that
times.
street.
No, my signal decided to buffer at the exact time that Katana Chance went to make the save, so I just got the finish and I'm quite happy with it.
So now I'm curious, where did they take the titles? That's where what I
Probably
question.
home for the holiday.
Right? Like
You know what I mean.
They defend them, and I think that's what you have to do. You defend them, you take them to SmackDown, you make them visible for
holy
everyone to see.
Christmas.
Ivy Nile.
The little girl is ripped.
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
She used
yeah.
to be a bodybuilder before she came to wrestling.
And an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Yep. She's cute as hell, though. I'll give her that.
She is.
I would never want to make her mad.
No.
Yeah.
She'd rip you apart, Bubba.
In a heartbeat, bro. She wouldn't even have to try.
Bubba,
I mean,
her
it'd be
jeans are
jelly,
bigger than
buddy.
yours.
My tits are bigger than hers. I'll tell you that right now.
Why does Cesaro look like he's passing kidney stones right now?
Kiss kiss. Speaking of, never mind. That dude's hairy.
That's Ivar, man.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting Ivar and Tozawa, which I got to say, rest in peace, Tozawa. Because Ivar's going to eat him alive.
Dude, Sasawa's a toothpick to that guy. Oh my god. Squash match.
But here's something that I'll put out. What happens if Bronson Reed costs Ivar the match against Cesaro?
I could absolutely see it.
I mean, we've
been
had-
teasing this.
we've had unexpected wins tonight, so I'm not predicting anything in this match.
Or even yet, what happens if Bronson Reed comes out and allows Tozawa to win by countout, and it's protecting Ivar? It's more okay. I want to watch this match again between Ivar and Bronson Reed.
Yep.
So then the next Raw we get Tozawa and Bronson Reed, and somehow Tozawa wins that one too.
I can see it.
Or you just had
then
Tozawa
it
to
puts
like a number one
Tozawa into-
contendership for the IC title. Like
I was just gonna say, Tozawa challenges Gunther.
I would legitimately come back with a potential gauntlet to determine the number one contender for the IC title.
Yep.
And I would maybe start with Bronson Reed and Ivar. And
So is that how you would get Jay to win the match then?
Yep.
Yep.
Finish it off with Jay pinning Tozawa.
Well, and then here's the thing. I would make it like maybe 6 to 8 people. And I would start with Ivar and Bronson Reed. Maybe I end it with a double countout, and then you bring in 2 more people. Maybe you then like quicken the pace a little bit, and you bring in, say, like a Ricochet and Tozawa, and you do something there.
Right.
And then you build through the group. Because then maybe Ricochet beats Tozawa, and then Gable comes in.
Put Miz into the gauntlet match, even though you know he can't challenge. Have Miz be that final guy then for Jay to go through.
I would even have like Dominic Mysterio in this, and let Dominic Mysterio then beat say Ricochet or Gable there, right?
Yeah.
And then you can have Dom and you can have Jey Uso as your finalists there.
Yes.
I think Dominic Mysterio in that IC title hunt just makes sense at this point.
Yeah.
And especially with the potential news to discuss tomorrow about Dom.
Well, it's out there already.
It is.
Yeah, it's out there. He signed a 5-year deal, guys.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
But it's a thing that we'll talk more in depth tomorrow on Turnbuckle Talk, is what OMD is alluding to. In case if you needed anything else.
Yes.
Watch the show. It's not like we're not kicking your balls with amazing content right now, which, that might hurt. But the truth hurts, and that's what you get at Turnbuckle Talk. The truth. And although it hurts, it will set you free.
That's what JD McDonough is saying tonight. The truth hurts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he got hit in the balls. It's a circle. Full circle.
Gamer Boy Kai coming in saying, how's it going? Or saying hi, but we're saying, how's it going, Gamer Boy? Welcome to the show tonight.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
How's
We
your
haven't seen
night
you.
going? And hopefully you are having an amazing final week before Christmas. Hope you're having a happy holidays about to come. So, Gamer Boy Kai, I'm going to ask you, who would you peg as your 2023 MVP for WWE? And in fact, maybe that's something on a future episode of the Chris Perish podcast. We'll book our, or maybe I'll even do it in a short. I'll book my predictions of the Slammies.
Let's do
There
it.
you go.
You know what I think would be fun to do? If we did a best of or worst of show.
I think anytime we're on screen, it could very well be the worst of show.
Absolutely. You look at all the riffraff causing the shenanigans just in this room alone.
Hey,
Right
I've wrestled a man named Shenanigans, by the way. True story. And as a beautiful segue, a man who I know that used to tag with this wrestler named Shenanigans, the Irishman, I will be interviewing for a pre-recorded Volume 4 episode of the Chris Perish podcast that will debut or that will come out on Sunday. So look forward to that over at my socials that you will find out later in the show when we do that part.
So Perish is giving us a nice early Christmas present.
Yeah, I keep our contact going.
That's just creepy.
Right?
Makes me want to puke.
It kind of makes me miss seeing Mick Foley do the Christmas or the Santa Claus gimmick every year.
Yeah.
It makes me look somebody that's not creepy doing Santa Claus every year. He's like, huh.
All right, so we got Casey Squared basically talking to the lineup of women's contenders that they're going to have.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm going to put this out there right now, but I think Shayna Baszler is very underrated with her promo. I like her promos.
And I'm putting it out there. Natalia's the opposite.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like, I like blue. Well, I like pink. And scene. They're just like, you know that episode in Billy Madison where it's like after that like explanation scene at the end?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you have now become dumber. Kind of a thing. Well, that's how I feel every time Natty does like a promo that has no real rhyme or reason to it. But if it's something like passionate, like an in-ring one, like wanting to like compete and stuff like that, 100% I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's those backstage ones that I'm just like,
that one was cringy.
can you guys cut the vag and just get straight to the point here? You're not a broken needle.
Come on, Suzawa. Holy.
I'm gonna pose this question to you, but in kind of with how we see everything. I know that there's been that WWE speed that could be the tryout of something new. But do you think that WWE moving forward should consider bringing back the cruiserweight division?
No.
I would like to see it back, but not in the way that they did it when they brought it back as 205 Live, trying to make it a whole separate entity. It was just a little bit too jarring for me, you know?
See, I didn't mind that idea.
Yeah, but the whole changing the ropes and then changing the canvas just for that,
but
you know what
I'm
I mean?
also not a big fan of the cruiserweight division in general. I'm not a big fan of the high flyers. I'm not a huge aerial guy.
But one of my favorite
You don't like to go on
actually.
planes, do you?
What's that?
Do you like to go on planes?
I've done it, but I'm deathly afraid of heights.
I'm on to something.
Right?
He hates flying every.
It's being biased.
You don't like the Philadelphia Flyers.
I do not.
See?
I do not.
There you go.
But that's more because of their colors and their arrogance.
And that is why your favorite football team is underwater. They're not one of those flying at birds.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like how Perish is doing a psychological breakdown on OMD right now.
No, but you
I'm
know what? Like
this.
when you flying, it's it's one thing. Like I'm not good with, you know what? Even takeoffs and landings on a jet are fine. It's a prop plane that I'm just like, nope. I'll take the aisle.
You hate the wooden peg jets too, right?
They're not my favorite team, but I would. They'll be in my top 20.
I know you don't like the New York Jets.
No, I don't.
Who even likes the New York Jets to begin with?
But that's why we crushed them 30-0 yesterday.
See, I was giving them that. I was like just setting them up for that one. You know.
Oh,
back
he landed
to
on
our-
his neck.
To go back to our discussion on the cruiserweight division, one of my favorite angles from when they brought back their cruiserweight division was the whole feud between Neville and Tozawa. I loved that feud. I really wanted Tozawa to win the title and not hold it for a week like he did during that feud. Because even though Tozawa was over now, he was actually pretty over then as well.
You're talking about Mick Foley as Santa Claus. I kind of want to see Ivar dress up as Dude Love.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that did not work for Tozawa. Oh, yeah, it's done.
It's over.
Wasn't
At least
nice
Tozawa
ref
got
slide
something
there.
in it, you know?
And
It didn't really hurt Tozawa this match. It really didn't because, I mean, it's Tozawa. Doesn't like the guy.
But I think if I was to make room for the cruiserweight division, like when you think about it, there's a lot of people that can actually benefit from that. Tozawa being one. You can look at some of these smaller guys and be like, okay, like imagine Dominic Mysterio as a cruiserweight champion.
Chad Gable.
Hear me out though. Think about the irony because his dad was considered one of the best cruiserweight champions of all time in WCW. And now you have a chance to mirror kind of that. And I don't know. I think I honestly believe there's a place for the cruiserweight division. And it's just somebody like you just needed somebody that actually has the vision of it. You have a guy like Jeremy Borash working for you, and he was definitely there to help understand why the X division was so important. And then you have somebody like P.D. Williams, who was one of those figureheads to help make the X division so important.
Holy crap, yeah.
You can use those guys as your building pieces to help build this cruiserweight division.
And you got a guy like Hunter who understands the depth of roster, and he can create a very deep cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
then you
hard to throw
have
that cruiserweight
Jamie
match
Noble
in
right
there.
there, who's a cruiserweight champion. Like he was an amazing cruiserweight champion. Like I remember his matches with the Hurricane for that time, and they were so good.
Jamie Noble was one of those cruiserweights that like you either loved him or you hated him. And there were times when he had that title where I just could not wait to see somebody beat his ass and take the belt from him.
Right?
I was a fan of Ring of Honor like earlier, like not so
Mhm.
much now, but like I was a bigger fan back in the earlier 2000s. When Jamie Noble got fired and became James Gibson on the independent scene, and then he had his run in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
It was so good. And it was just absolutely amazing to actually see him like just shed the height and weight thing. And it was a great way of seeing how good of a professional wrestler he was. If you didn't like his style in WWE, think about his style in WWE, but with no limits.
I also felt that he had a very, very, very underrated run in WCW as a member of the Young Dragons. Him and Jimmy Wang Yang actually was the other one.
Wasn't AJ Styles like kind of around that time too? Wasn't he?
Yeah,
Aaron
he
Styles.
Yeah, he signed, and then 2 months later, WCW closed. He had a handful of matches on Thunder, I think.
Yeah, he. But like again, we're talking about guys like in the cruiserweight thing, like the Hurricane. He's there as a backstage producer. Like you have all these amazing minds that understand. Like it can happen. Like you just have to find a room for it. And I would even then come to the thought process of eliminating one of the mid-card titles. US title I'm looking at. And if one brand has maybe a better mid-card for the men, then the other one can have the cruiserweight division for on the men's side.
And I think that's what helped SmackDown excel during the first brand was the cruiserweight division.
Oh, there's
and
Nikki Cross.
the mid card. Oh, yep, there
Oh,
she is.
Jesus.
Just creeping on fucking Seth, who looks like he just walked off the set of Boogie Nights, by the way.
Well, he's no Dirt Diggler.
No, he's not.
And he can't work with Dolph Ziggler.
Who, by the way, has a book, got his first booking, but I can't remember for where. And another wrestler, a pair of wrestlers who've got their, who are now signed to a promotion in North Carolina. One, Mace, who goes now by Mace Madden, and Mansoor have made their debut for a promotion in North Carolina now.
Despite the fact that their no compete clauses don't come up for another 3 days.
They didn't compete though. They showed up and they cut a promo.
Which still under their no compete clause is not allowed.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yes,
it
is.
Actually, it actually is. You just can't physically wrestle.
Yeah.
An appearance is not the same as competing.
Yeah, they showed up, and the team that they were going to help out, the heel team that they were going to go and clear the ring from, cleared the ring before they left. So they cut a promo and said, "We are here." They now call themselves MXM on the Indies.
Yeah. And Chris Best, you're looking for the World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico, where Nick Nemeth will face Ray Gonzalez.
Yeah,
at WWEC Euphoria on January 20th.
Yeah.
Boom! Those are fat people. Yeah, need the good shit here.
And it's interesting
Like
that like we're
addiction.
seeing.
I got you.
It's interesting how because last week we talked about it on Turnbuckle Talk, how fast all these bookings are going to start happening for these wrestlers. And sure enough, we've already seen like 5 or 6 of them.
Yes, in fact, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, has actually announced a second booking. I just can't remember what it is.
Well, it's not Tamerlan Cinch, that's for sure.
No.
All right. Well, as we hit the top of the 10 o'clock hour, I am going to go for my locker room visit right here, right now.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
That's what she said.
Bam. It is time for OMD's locker room visit, everybody. Yes, you can pick up this locker room visit on a shirt through Karl Karufel's Redbubble. As soon as I find that banner here, that'd be great. It's somewhere in here. Go to karlkarufel.redbubble.com, where you can find all of our Raw Watch Along stuff and Turnbuckle Talk shirts as well.
You can find anything Turnbuckle Studios related. The Boar's Nest is on there.
Yeah. I almost
Everything,
wanted to promote other things, but I shut my mouth beforehand.
No. We talk about the Rogue Energy sale going on. That if you go and you use that promo code Perish, Perish, you save 10%. We want the world to know.
Okay, so I guess we're getting a happy birthday for both Trish Stratus and Stone Cold tonight.
There you go.
Well, I mean, they do share the same birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
He was in the wife's trunk of pants again.
You
And for that
say
talking-
that, but Becky Lynch has gone out publicly and saying that she has been known to raid the closet of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, she actually did come out and say that once.
She is jealous of the wardrobe of Seth Rollins.
Well,
But Seth Rollins has done a great job of matching the
theme of the show.
The graphic that we just saw after the second hour. He looks like it. It's like the Grinch. Those are the colors he's wearing. That shade of green is perfect. Bubba, how is your hand to an eyeball going on?
the strobe lights are bugging my head right now. So I got an inner ear infection. So loud noises and really bright, flashy lights really throw me off.
That's what happens to me, dude. That's what happens to me, dude. When I get a migraine, it's done.
Just let me know when the strobes are done.
It's done. Are you watching on cable though, Bubba?
I would.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would have. No, I kind of would slightly laugh if you're just like, yeah, they're done. He looks up. He's like, no, they're not.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, like I asked you if you were watching on cable there, to make sure that you were caught up with us and not behind like OMD there.
Just throw some under the bus.
Right. Hey, look, stop. There you go.
I am behind. I admit it. I come from Canada and they think I'm slow, eh?
Bruce Wayne is vengeance, but OMD is behind.
So is it Batman's? Batman? What do you call multiples of Batman?
Scary.
An orphanage.
Wow.
That's dark, dude.
I read it the other day.
OMD learns how to read for 1 week, and this is what we get on stream.
Right?
Ugh. Stop giving him a speaking spell, damn it, it's working.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
It didn't work for me.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
I tell you, man, it's that word of the day: toilet paper.
That's 2 words. That's no accounting issue. Jesus Christ.
Well, my toilet paper has numbers on it, so I can learn to count.
Oh yeah, but my wiener has a first name is OSCAR.
Okay, so this is exactly as you called it. We've got Drew McInytre coming out, and I completely missed everything Seth said because we were bugging. We were making
he
fun
said
of OMD.
exactly the same thing we did. It was weird.
I like that T-shirt.
That is a nice.
I like that.
Why
Actually,
strobe
I
lights?
like that jacket.
Why am I thinking I love lamp right now? But it's really a thought.
Really, dude?
Oh, okay. So Seth actually rated Seinfeld's wardrobe.
Wow.
No, it was white on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
He dyed it red.
The weird thing is I'm pretty sure that's not the first time he's worn that shirt before.
No, I think he's worn it before.
He's a
Pants
pirate.
might be new. Yeah, it looked like you raided Paul Burchill's closet. Yeah.
That's a deep one.
Right?
He's-
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just aged myself here for a minute, but
Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
that's Ricky Ricardo from fucking I Love Lucy.
Oh, it totally
doing
is.
The cha-cha.
Yeah. It's Eminem in the D12 video.
Oh, good God.
Aw.
Are we having a bro moment here? He just spit on him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Speaking of spitting in the face of people who don't want to be cool, he was actually a really cool guy to meet.
Yeah. One of my last shows in Lethbridge, he was on the show, and it was pretty great because I got to tell him the story about when he had a cabana in Edmonton on SmackDown. I was sitting in row 2, and I actually caught one of the apples, and he refused to sign it, and I told him that wasn't cool. Because there's like a chain link fence, but I was able to get through with it, and Paul London flat out said, if you can get through that, I'll let you ask him, because he wouldn't go up because he was in the same car. It was Paul London, it was Jimmy Wang Yang, and Carlito. And
what a car ride that must have been.
Right? Paul London's like, yeah, if you can get through here, you can go ask him. I'm like, okay, so I do it. And he's like, oh, I did not think that was possible. So I got asked, and he's like, I don't do apples. I'm like, well, that's not cool. And then Jimmy Yang just broke character. It was like the funniest thing. But then this is the best part. No word of a lie. They drive off because Paul London's like, I don't know. He's like, if he's like, I can't help you anymore. So he goes back in the car, drives off, and then John Cena pulls out. And this is kind of peak John, like not peak John Cena, but like before he got like really popular.
Mm-hmm.
He was just drafted to Raw, and that was his last SmackDown appearance at that time.
Okay, so he was starting the feud with Jericho at the time.
He hadn't yet.
He was about to
before. Yeah, because remember he was on the highlight reel when the announcement came.
Yeah.
So that very next SmackDown was in Edmonton. So that was the one. So he's up on a hill, kind of out of the parking lot signing, and I go and give him an apple. He's like, I can't sign an apple. That's Carlito's thing. I'm like, that little bitch didn't sign my apple. And then he just started laughing. So I got John Cena up because I called Carlito. And then I told Carlito that story. He thought that was really funny. And he's like, if you had an apple right now, I would totally sign it. And I'm like, well, just so you know. And then I had a piece of paper. And then he's like, oh, man. I was like, I had him, though.
I actually have a picture and an autograph, and I have a picture of myself with Carlito in the picture.
But I had a John Cena signed apple, and I don't know what I did with it. Like
probably rotted, bro.
Yeah, but it's still I would have put it in like a Ziploc bag or something. It's a John Cena signed apple.
You could have cryogenically frozen it or something.
Exactly. Just put it in the freezer.
Sell that shit on eBay.
Yeah. It was a thing back then. I would have made some cash, man.
Yeah, just like the time I remember hearing on the news, somebody tried selling a piece of toast that Justin Timberlake ate, and it actually made a few $1,000s.
Yeah, I paid some bills with that. I'm just kidding. My bread was bringing sexy back. Yeah.
Wrestling fan on Facebook just equated the little Asian dude ripping his shirt is better than Hulk Hogan doing it. Suzawa. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it.
He's not wrong. Dear Lord.
The look on his face looks like he's trying to poop.
Well, that's what we've been saying about him all night, actually.
Well, it's funny if he's looking like he's pooing. He's doing a great Hogan because usually what comes out of his mouth is bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. Just gonna point out that yeah, we've already said that Seth Rollins shirt looks like something Paul Burchill would have worn.
Mhm. I'm getting into this more cut to the chase, brutally honest Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
I like this version of him. He pities the food that is Drew McIntyre. Oh, well, I mean, Drew McIntyre's forehead has healed from the last time he lost that title, so I can see him doing it again.
I can actually see the scar from where he did it too on his head.
Well,
that was
That was botched.
Yeah, but he fixed it the right way.
Yep.
He just went with it. Yep.
Well, no, it's like don't try to like jump over, just fall down and roll under. Like
You broke the screen.
The
That
girl's
girl in
like,
the front row was like, yeah, look at this. This is so cool. Yeah, jacket's got to go. Nope. Maybe not.
nope. That's a lot of leather.
Alabama Slammer. Oh, into that? Nice. That'd be epic. Oh, fuck. He literally just took the corner off his arm.
Yep. And he feels it.
That shit went to sleep.
That girl's probably just looking right up at Drew and be like, oh, he's so big. Because, like, if you get a chance to see Drew McIntyre in person, the guy is huge.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
What is he, like 6'5" or something?
Yeah. He's like probably 280 legit, too.
Like I'm about the same height as him, and like when I saw him at the house show in Barrie in 2010 there, he was a lot smaller then, but he was still fucking jacked. Here we go. Cole just called it the tag titles is the main event tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes you wonder, are we going to see new tag team champions on the men's side as we saw earlier with the women? Like, normally I would say probably not, but I think legitimately we could be in for a second change in the title department tonight.
I think this is the only time I would actually care that Kofi is being Santa, because why not get free merch from him?
I would appreciate if he had Christmas pancakes, though. As much as I'm like done with the pancake thing, it'd be funny.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Santa's just not. Or Christmas is just not Christmas in wrestling unless somebody beats up a black Santa. Like, just the amount of like things that are weird in this one is just hilarious.
Yeah. Well, still can't be as weird as that one Raw episode where they all tried to figure out who ran over Santa, and it was Alberto Del Rio.
I gotta love it. They take off the beard and Wade Barrett. That's not Santa. It's Kofi Kingston.
You like that, eh?
It was just so stupid that it was funny.
And here comes Jey Uso for whatever reason.
Well, there's respect between the New Day and
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
big
I
time. All those matches they've had together.
Yep.
You can put them right up there with 3D, the Hardys and Edge and Christian. That's their
Yep.
status, you know.
Is that a shirt with Yeet blurred out?
Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's blurry.
And they have
Uh,
shown Yeet shirts very legible earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know that's
I
a real thing.
Yeah, I really feel like they're trolling the dude who tried to
Yeah.
sue WWE over it right now.
That's hilarious.
That's how you troll. That is exactly how you troll.
That's hard on the eyes, but that is funny.
You kind of want that
Yeet.
shirt now, don't you?
I do, just to mess with people.
Ryan coming in saying Jey Uso saves Christmas.
No, he's saving Yeetmas.
Hate miss.
It's Mary Yeetmas. Didn't you not see the thing online with the
Nope.
house show where a fan
What?
had Mary Yeetmas, and then it was both Jimmy and Jay each had different like matches in the night, and then Jimmy was like bringing it up, and then Jimmy was later, and then Jimmy just like ripped it in half.
Yeah, I saw that.
At first, like he acknowledged the sign, but yeah, and then he realized that he can't say Yeet, so he ripped it. It was pretty funny.
Well, it's not that he can't say he just doesn't want Roman just doesn't want him saying it.
Also, just
Right.
out of curiosity, this happened, and this has happened to me twice in the last 3 days. Beer can tab fell off.
Okay.
Oh,
It's really annoying.
yeah. Don't you just fucking hate that?
Yeah, because it's not fun. Now I need to go up and get a can opener and just dump it in a glass.
Get a knife and just go boom.
See, that's what my brother did. He made a mess, and I'm like, that's a party foul, bro. I'm like, it's a clean way to make sure you don't waste any, and you're good. And you feel classy because you have this nice mug to drink it out of now. Also, OMD, I think you might have to change your nickname now.
Yes. Yes, I do, but it hasn't given me the opportunity to do the headline, so I gotta.
Yeah, it's because we have to change it. We have to set it up for when we're building the room. Actually,
It says our local enhancement, Bubba.
yeah.
I can change it, and I think you're gonna love what I'm changing it to.
Oh shit.
No, you will laugh. Trust me.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Yes. Yeah. Let's do it.
Perfect.
I love it.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, I had the idea. I'm like, oh, come on, this is just good. This is just too good.
Perfect.
You
I love
went
it.
you went from an our local enhancement to a locker room leader. The growth you have done, OMD, I am proud of you.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you.
Despite your fear of flying. I am proud of myself for that, actually. Like probably more so than I should, but I am proud of myself.
I was gonna say he took the Miz the can't even think of what I'm trying to say.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior. I had it in my head. It was perfectly mapped out what I was gonna say. It
Was
just didn't
Sami
come out
Zayn
right.
as the locker room leader before he became the honorary Oos?
No, the Miz. He was basically a jobber. Now he's one of the locker room leaders.
Yeah.
Really?
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 It's 17-10, by the way, for the Eagles. OMD.
Okay.
To answer the question you asked me about almost 2 hours ago.
All right.
I
I'm
was
not
wondering
actually
how long it was
concerned. I'm
gonna
not flipping back and forth to the game tonight. So
Well, I figured like I'm in one. I still have a chance to win one league. I was curious, and
Right.
I'm up by 15 to go, so I think I'm going to be okay. Oh, I benched Swift. Interesting. Actually, that's not. It was actually a smart bet. I took Swift off my flex and put White from Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not a bad bet. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's almost at the end of the third quarter. I should be fine. I don't think Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to pick up 15 points in a quarter.
No.
I mean,
No, I was just
Mhm.
curious on the game because I knew there was a possibility that the Eagles may not have Hurts tonight. So
Got Ryan coming in saying, I think the Miz sort of exists in his own sphere. I don't think he's real hands-on with a lot of the younger talent. No, but I know that he does offer advice to some of the younger talent on how to carry yourself in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously had to learn the hard way how to do that.
yep.
and Hurts is playing. He is 15 for 24 for 118 passing yards, and he has rushed for a little bit, 49 yards on 9 attempts. Well, pretty average game for him. There's been 29 running attempts by the Eagles. So I think it shows you kind of what their game plan is.
Yep.
To run the ball and maybe run the clock down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's a strategy I intend to use when I'm playing Madden. So if I've got a decent sized lead where I know I'm going to win.
Also, I'm going to officially say this. I am done with George Kittle in fantasy. He is dead to me when it comes to fantasy football.
Okay.
Just putting it out there. You gone and really, you really effed me up, man. When I needed you the most, you weren't there.
Well, that's because he's playing with Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback.
Who has been killing it this year, by the way.
Right.
In my 23-man keeper league, 2 quarterbacks, I traded for Brock Purdy in the offseason.
Nice.
And I also traded for Sam Howell. What amazing moves those ended up being.
Right.
And then I drafted Will Levis. Oh, just terrific. I also have Kenny Pickett. I don't have to worry about quarterback for the next 15 years. Great. As your room said, let there be light. But the ghost says, how about no?
That's right. It's my poltergeist. So, and yes, believe it or not, guys, I actually did put up a tree this year. I wasn't going to, but the kid wanted it. So
You got to do it for the kid, dude.
It comes down Boxing Day, but
we threw up our tree and my wife couldn't reach the top, and she's like, okay, what do we put on the top? I actually got clearance that I was allowed on Christmas to put this guy on top.
Nice.
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 It's gonna be great. And actually, just to kind of go off that comment from Ryan, guys like Grayson Waller and even Austin Theory have come out and said how helpful the Miz has been with them since they've been moved up. And then even Tommaso Ciampa has nothing but great things to say about the Miz with his time spent. And even Logan Paul puts over the Miz with his helping. So the Miz does a lot for future talent. So it's very he doesn't get the credit sometimes for what he does outside of the ring. My only beef with the Miz is that when it comes to dead smack serious wrestling, he is the least believable for me.
And I'm going to throw another deep cut for a wrestler who's praised the Miz and what he's done, but Alex Riley did the same thing. Alex Riley, to me, was a missed opportunity for the WWE, in my opinion.
I truly believe Alex Riley could have been a great mid-card champion.
Yep.
I don't think he could have gone anywhere else. There's something about, like, he had to really evolve if he was going there. Now, the argument
but there's
can
nothing
be made
there's
that
nothing
he
wrong
needed...
with being wrong with being a strong mid-carder, you know?
Oh, not at all. But in the WWE with Vince McMahon as the helm, if he can't see a world title in your future or your career at all, you're not going to go well. He does go that way. If he thinks you can be a world champion, he makes time. He always made time for you. If he didn't believe you to be a world champion, you were in for a tough ride. Just ask Zack Ryder.
Yep.
Just ask Chris Masters.
Well, yeah, but at one point he was looked at it, and that's what I
mean.
That's kind of when you saw him at his finest, there was that belief. When you saw him at his worst, there was not belief. Same with Drew McIntyre before he left.
Yep.
That's what I mean. Like when Chris Masters first came in, like he was looked at, and it was believable that he could win the world title, but then like he fell so far down the card so fast, you know?
Yep.
I'm loving the trunks for Kaiser right now.
Me too, actually.
And yes, OMD. It's because of the colors.
Okay. I can see it.
That's a beautiful color combination. It's how I believe wrestling titles should look. Black strap with a shitload of gold shining through.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm going to bail. My meds are kicking in.
All right, brother.
As you can tell, I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open.
Yeah, yep. You are just
no worries, brother.
You're done.
Yeah.
We know you got OnlyFans to go to next, so have fun.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
All right.
Love you.
Have a good night,
Take care, Bubba.
And then there were three.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did they just call that a Kaiser roll?
Maybe.
Looked like the Death Valley driver, and I think they actually called it a Kaiser roll.
Maybe that's
Which,
what
by
he
the way,
calls it.
when I think of the name Kaiser roll as a maneuver, I think of the fucking bread.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
No, come on. You don't call that Trouble in Paradise. You got to come up with a nice name for it. If Santa's doing it, you got to do something else.
Trouble in the North Pole?
No. Now it's kind of interesting with this episode because we're seeing kind of the process of blaming one person of Imperium, whether it was Vinci, and then it became Kaiser's way of handling Vinci, and now it's straight on both of them.
Yep.
Which means I'm not seeing split in Imperium.
No, I'm seeing Gunther putting them through the test. You know?
Yeah, and I could see a tag team championship in the line for Imperium now.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if by Mania they have the belts. Wouldn't surprise me. But I think that would have to determine on whether or not the titles change hands tonight. Which I think is a possibility because if the Creed brothers win tonight, I think Imperium could be your next contenders.
One thing you could always do is do a multi-man match for the tag titles, whether it's, like TLC or something like that, like something where, whoever the champions are walking in, they could just lose them. They don't have to get beat, but they could lose them.
I can see. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's why I would think about Elimination Chamber for the tag team titles again.
Yep. I can see them changing hands based on the results of the Miracle on 34th Street fight to open the show. Because now you've got JD's going to be pissed off that, Damian Priest said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Could come out and cost them. Just trying to cost Priest and not Finn, but
I could also see JD making his way out to help them to try and get back in the good graces,
That's he's gonna go out to try and get back in the good graces, but he'll cost Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of JD, because we saw Dominic Mysterio cost JD the match.
Yep.
Dominic could be the one that comes out too.
Well, that's what I mean. Like we're seeing almost a downfall right now of Dominic Mysterio. He lost his North American title. Judgment Day wasn't there. He doesn't help out JD. Okay, maybe he's now upset JD. He has disappointed Judgment Day by losing the title. Maybe he's kind of upset with Judgment Day, or maybe he's starting to kind of feel that pressure that he has to do something to help out, and he ends up doing something incorrect.
Yeah. Or could we see R-Truth, who's now supposedly in the Judgment Day, come out?
Well, we also saw too that the Creed brothers helped Cody Rhodes last week.
Yeah, so Cody could also play a factor in this too, and we have yet to see him tonight.
Yeah, we have. He beat up Nakamura.
Oh, right. Completely spaced on that one.
But it also leads me to believe that maybe the Judgment Day gets it on full blast. They retain the titles. They put a beat down on the Creeds. And then maybe we set up a 6-man for day one, whether it's Cody and the Creeds against 3 members of the Judgment Day.
Right.
I would assume it's Dominic.
Dominic, Damian, and Finn.
Yeah. And then that's where we could see Nakamura strike again.
Yep.
Now, I am being summoned to go upstairs.
Okay.
So I'm using this as a fake attempt to pretend like...
As the locker room leader, you can go for a backstage interview.
No,
can opener.
No, I'm not going to the bathroom. But I am
It's
going
the locker
upstairs.
room, not the bathroom.
Yeah, no, it's locker room for you. That's you, all right?
All right.
Just like what I'm gonna put out. This is
I don't want you putting out. I don't want you putting out.
It's a reason to showcase more on this Redbubble and what you can get. So I'm just gonna put up this.
Tinkle Towers.
There you go. Nice. See, I do something. I'm gonna help.
And once again, everybody, you can get that Tinkle Towers shirt on Karl Karufel, redbubble.com. You can get it on shirts, get it on a hat, get it on a poster, I believe, as well. But yeah, OMD, so far, we're getting set for the main event here, or we're close to getting set for the main event. What are your thoughts on the show tonight, actually?
It's, again, it hasn't been as good. It's been a decent show. Again, definitely not PLE worthy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, again, this is probably them just trying to tone down a little bit leading into the holidays and then start building everything back up come day one.
So based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe JD is not out of the Judgment Day.
Okay, well, I'm still at the SmackDown commercial with the 8-woman tag and, of course, the American U.S. Championship tournament.
Well, JD is in the locker room. I didn't catch what Rhea had just said to him. Okay, there's a confirmation from Damien. Okay, so Perish, welcome back. But you missed it.
No, I did see it.
Oh, you did see it? JD is still in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I love the push from Maria. That was like probably the funniest thing in about that. But also, did you notice that when Damian Priest said, obviously you're still in the Judgment Day, you just saw a thank you and then the head right on the chest?
Yeah.
Like it's the little things that JD McDonough is doing right now that just it's so good. This guy is going to be a star for WWE.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he just gets it. Somebody of his size who just picks up on those small little details. You know who is really good at that? And ironically, JD learned from Shawn Michaels.
Not just Shawn, but Finn, his trainer, as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm
from recent experience.
Let's be honest, though, when it comes to who's, like no disrespect to Finn, but it's Shawn freaking Michaels.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't learning from Finn in NXT. He was learning from
He was learning from Shawn.
Yeah.
And we got Jeff Samuel coming in saying, "Sup, Turnbuckle, tell me if I'm crazy, but Kayden and Katana, their theme song reminds me of the hamster dance." I can see that, actually.
Hey, as long as it's not Baby Shark, it's okay to me now.
Yeah. I'm still the only one on this planet who hasn't heard Baby Shark. Thank fuck.
Then don't become a parent.
Challenge accepted.
I'm an uncle to 4 kids right now, OMD.
Did you not see the thing that was going on? It was like some fire trucks going on, and they were honking their horn like it was Baby Shark.
Oh, God.
Fun. And then it was just in the tagline, like, fire truck.
It was actually funny because this afternoon, I found a replay of the Sharks Avs game from last night.
Yeah.
And, they were playing in Colorado, and with about 2 minutes to go, there was face-off coming up, and that's what they started playing was Baby Shark in the arena.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that to troll the Sharks for sure.
Well, they play them like they even played it at the Greyhound games I went to last year.
Oh. I haven't been to a Greyhound game in a couple of years. I watch it on TV, so I don't really get to hear the music.
I really don't understand how playing Baby Shark trolls San Jose. Like, I would troll him better. Every time I scored a home goal against San Jose, that's when I play the Jaws thing.
Right?
Or like every time they had a penalty, I would play that. So the guy's skating to the box and you're like, doo-doo.
But there is one thing I got to say about going to the Greyhound games that I do not miss. Our team coming out to Who Let the Dogs Out.
That's long done.
I know. Thank fuck.
Hey, before Joey Moss, unfortunately and sadly passed away, the Edmonton Oilers win song was Sami Zayn's theme song. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But then he passed away, and then now we're stuck with a different song that I'm not really.
Well, the Leafs' new goal song is Panama from Van Halen.
It's overrated.
I still laugh at how the St. Louis Blues chose Gloria as their Stanley Cup winning song.
Well, that was their fight song through the through that entire playoff. It was the same thing. The Oilers had that young boy who tragically passed away from cancer, and he was, play La Bamba, baby.
Yeah.
Well, no, that La Bamba was actually Joey Moss's favorite song. That's why they play it.
Really?
So when he passed away, they changed La Bamba to their win song in honor of Joey Moss, and that ended up being Ben Stetner, who was that young fan that you're reminding. He said he loved that song because that meant the Oilers won.
Mm.
So he said play La Bamba, and that just recognized with everyone with the playoffs, because it doesn't matter how you win, it just matters if you win.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the history of La Bamba. I get it. It's going to be hard when the conversation is to replace it because of why it's there. I don't like it. I'm just not a fan.
Right.
And please, come on, who didn't like Sami Zayn's theme?
It's a song that just pumps you up,
Yep.
Like, I went to my nephew's games and I said, if I was in charge of the music, yes, I would play nothing but wrestling theme songs, but it would be so much better than 99% of the garbage I have to listen to.
That's what I used to love at the Greyhound games here in Bret Hart's theme, Kurt Angle's theme. I think Owen Hart's theme was played one time.
Yep. They do Finn's theme now.
Yep.
They did it a couple of times last year at the games I was at.
I've heard them play Finn's demon theme a couple of times there.
They also, just like almost every hockey team, uses Ric Flair's Woo for a power play.
Yep.
Yeah, I know the Oilers do that. They stopped after the controversy, and then like a couple weeks later it came back, and I was like, oh.
We did ours whenever our team scored a goal.
Anytime George The Rock would fight back in the day, you would hear, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh,
you don't hear the actual music, you just hear that line. It was kind of funny.
We had a guy who was drafted from here to Pittsburgh, won the cup the 2 years in a row with them, and then drugs and alcohol got him in trouble and he got kicked out of the league, but he'd always get his name was Tyler Kennedy.
Yeah.
And so we'd always get, if he scored, it would be scored by Tyler Kennedy.
And that's just too bad that drugs and alcohol fucking got him out of the league, because he was actually a pretty fucking good player.
Yeah, but he was also an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah, he was. He really was.
Hey, and another former Greyhound is now coaching in the NHL.
Yeah, that'd be Drew Bannister coaching for the Blues.
Yes.
Former Edmonton Oiler.
Yeah.
Number 55 back in the day.
There's our connection there, Perish. Drew Bannister's our connection.
Yep.
And he actually, when he was head coach here for the Hounds for all them years, he was actually pretty fucking good.
Yes, he was.
Brought us further into the playoffs since Ted Nolan.
Actually, a distant cousin of mine is now the associate general manager in Arizona that played here and played in Toronto and New Jersey and Nashville. That being one Steve Sullivan.
Oh, that's a name I have not heard in like almost 20 odd years.
One of my favorite Steve Sullivan moments is when I don't know, something happened to him and like the fan was mocking him because he got hit in the face, and then the puck went over the glass and hit the fan, and then Steve Sullivan went over and mocked the fan, and the fan was like more in shock about it. It was just so funny.
Yep. No, my mother
Sullivan took a puck to the face too. That's what it was.
My mother's maiden name is Sullivan, and he's a distant. I think he's like her third cousin or something.
My nephew plays on the same team as Fernando Pisani's kid.
Okay.
I've been going to a few of his games, and I'm like secretly looking for Fernando Pisani.
Right?
Not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, where are you, man? I want to ask you why you didn't show up in Game 7. I'm just kidding.
I kind of did the same thing a few years back. I went to they had an NHL alumni charity game here. Walter Gretzky was hosting it, and I was kind of just looking through the crowd for Walter. I didn't look hard enough because he was 2 seats over from where I was.
Jesus. Or maybe you overlooked it.
I did.
Yeah. When I was playing men's league, it was funny because I was playing against a lot of teachers I had in junior high school, so it was really funny to be like, I'm playing men's league against them later. So I wanted to go and make them feel old, obviously. But then Rob Brown was on the team.
Yeah.
And so I'm on defense, and all of a sudden we're like one-on-one, and there's probably like maybe 20 feet from where he shot to the goal. And I'm like right in front of him. My stick's right there. Like perfect, right? And that guy just puts an absolute laser over my shoulder and then just goes top shelf in a goal. And I'm like, wow. Like I could not have done anything else. But he has that talent that was just second to none. And then ironically enough, because he goes and helps out a lot of the local hockey, he was at the place, and it was like we're at a bar or whatever, and I see him, he's by himself, and I just go up to him like, I don't want to bother you, but I just want to let you know you completely embarrassed me in my first ever men's league game. I'm like, and it was like it was pretty funny because I'm like, if I'm gonna get burnt like that, I mean, to get it by a guy who once got 49 goals in the NHL playing on wing with Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
That alumni game I was at, Eli Afraidy was playing in that game.
Nice.
And just hearing his slap shots bounce off the fucking boards was just ear shattering almost, you know?
I got to see him when I went to a game in Montreal. It was pretty wild. He just taken clappers against Patrick Waugh. I was like,
you see him when he actually gets the shots on net. You see the goalie just begging not to get hurt from those shots because he had one fucking hard slap shot.
I am loving how animated Rhea Ripley is right now. There. Just. And have you noticed there's very little purple in the Finn Balor and Damian Priest's gear? In fact, the only purple they're sporting is that towel they have in their back pocket.
I noticed that they've been actually incorporating more black and white than the purple actually in their gear over the last few weeks. Well, let's face it, too. When Judgment Day started, it was with Edge, and Edge was more about the black and purple at the time.
Yeah. Well, and one thing to kind of note, one of the reasons why Damian, like I heard Damian Priest is a big supporter of using the black and purple because he's a really big fan of Undertaker, and Undertaker always did the purple. Even in his like name bar graphic, you would see it has that smoke and it would say the Undertaker on. So you kind of didn't do purple because it always reminded you Undertaker. And then now with Undertaker being away and retired, it's right there open for you.
And I get the feeling that they probably asked Undertaker to use those colors to kind of get their blessing or his blessing. I mean,
don't. It's a color. I wouldn't care too much about a color. It would be a move to me that'd be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
And I think the only colors like you'd be like, okay, I would ask a guy if I could use permanently would be like, hey, Hulk, can I use red and yellow?
Yeah.
Hey, Trips and Sean, can I use black and green?
Hey, Brett, can I use pink and black?
Yeah. Ouch.
So I was thinking about because we've discussed surprise entrance for the Rumble, and I thought of one for the men's because we haven't seen him in a while, and I'm pretty sure he should be due back anytime soon. And I know OMD is not going to like this, but I think Braun Strowman could very well come back.
He has begun some weight training now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. But you're right. No, I'm not a big fan. I don't think he's a guy that can actually work. He can run around a ring and knock people over. I see more potential in Wardlow.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one big man you can't expect is probably Brock Lesnar. I think we're going to see him return in the Royal Rumble match. But I think he'd be there to set up a WrestleMania opponent.
Yeah, and that would be, as you said earlier, and I agree with you. So I want to see it now, Gunther.
Okay. I mean, it's one. I wouldn't say necessarily that's like the only one I'd want to see. I think there are a few people that would be fun to watch, but I think that's the. Come on.
That's just you just might as well print out money for that match, But the one big guy I kind of don't want to see in the Rumble is Omos because.
Well, apparently they see him now as a special attraction as opposed to a viable competitor.
And I think that if you're going to put a guy like him in the Rumble, that's fine as a special attraction. Just have him come in, do something, get dumped out,
The thing is, though, he might be considered, the quote unquote special attraction. But if he's so special, he's never on. And then when he's ever on screen, do people truly care?
Yeah, that's the problem.
And I don't think anybody has like a true hatred on the guy, but it's one of the, it's like, you're more prone to hate him if he's being thrusted into these positions where you're just like, no, like clearly he still has a lot of work to do. But I mean, for me, I just don't think if he's being considered a special attraction, what shelf life does he really have in this company?
I was going to compare him to the Great Khali, but he actually moves around the ring better than Khali did.
Oh, dude, Molasses moves around better than Great Khali.
And I mean, really, like they made him a free agent. He has yet to make a TV appearance. MVP has yet to make a TV appearance.
Odyssey Jones has still yet to make an appearance.
Yep. But
there's another guy who could be another big guy who could make a brief appearance.
There's actually, rumors circulating Odyssey Jones is potentially being a part of Bobby Lashley's faction and being kind of groomed into that role. How serious of talk? I don't know, but that is something that has been rumored to be discussed.
I didn't even get to see Odyssey Jones compete in NXT, so
he was on NXT Level Up, from what I remember.
Yeah, he did a couple things in NXT, but not a lot.
It wouldn't be such a bad move though to put Odyssey with Bobby because now you've got a full-fledged stable. You've got Odyssey, who could be the muscle, Bobby as the leader, and then you've got Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins as the tag team.
Yeah, but you also had the men, and Chris Best, I want to correct myself and say you were right on when we did the watch along for SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes did have a Raw appearance in June.
I remember. I seem to remember that.
He went against Finn Balor.
Yes.
Mhm.
I completely forgot about that. So you were right. I was incorrect. So kudos.
Kudos
but-
for remembering something that
Yeah.
felt insignificant at the time.
Hey, take account. Chris Perish takes accountability. All right.
This isn't a frat house, so
Nope. But I still think Carmelo Hayes is primed to be in that group. He could very well be the standout.
I could absolutely see it.
That
I can
because-
absolutely see it, and I can absolutely see him being the guy to win that U.S. title tournament and challenge Logan Paul.
Well, then don't read the spoilers.
No, I won't.
I don't know if there are spoilers. I just said that just to kind of.
Oh, okay.
But no, and it's like I think this is actually at the right time to kind of disassociate Trick and Carmelo because finish kind of their thing off. Trick is at like an amazing popularity right now. Let him stand on his own 2 feet and be one of the guys in NXT while Carmelo kind of is now up in a different role and a different position now on the main roster. I think it's time now.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think the only thing left that's really stopping a full-fledged call-up for Carmelo Hayes is that Who Attacked Trick Williams storyline in NXT.
Yeah.
I think if they are going to finish that off, it's probably going to get finished. I thought that was it.
I did too.
I think they finish that at New Year's Evil if they want to have Carmelo as a permanent call-up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, Chris.
But time will tell over the next few weeks how that's going to play out.
Julius looking more like a natural crush. He's looking like an all-star in this tag team match.
Just Julius's agility is just fucking phenomenal.
Right?
I thought we were getting a Tower of Doom spot there.
Oh, please push him over. Oklahoma roll.
This is wow. Carl's missing a banger of a tag team match right now.
Yes, he is.
I mean, in one episode, tag team wrestling, focal point of the episode, and just an absolute great decision made.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, this has to be a kick out. Oh.
Wow.
And I think that was supposed to be a kick out.
Is he fucking Julius lifting his shoulder up afterwards?
Okay, I did hear the bell go off in somebody's TV, but I'm just coming to the finish, so.
Well,
My TV's on mute.
so it was more than likely my TV, obviously.
Maybe. Oh. Unless, OMD, you just heard a ding and fries are done.
No, it was a ding, ding, ding. Wasn't a ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
So as Raw goes to the end, we stand tall with the Judgment Day still your tag team champions.
Yes, in what was a clean victory, no shenanigans.
No?
Well,
So-
some shenanigans throughout the match.
Yeah, but not enough to truly affect the outcome.
Mhm.
Yeah, not real interference per se from a JD or a Dominic Mysterio. We saw a very straight up tag team match. Yes,
Yeah,
both teams had Rhea Ripley and Ivy Nile in that, so of course they're going to do something to help kind of intertwine their soon-to-be matchup for the Raw Women's title at Day 1, as it's now
Right.
announced. Ivy Nile challenges Rhea Ripley, but I mean, just a great tag team match that lit the tag team titles, as we saw earlier in the episode, as KC2 or Square, whatever you want to call them. They really need a tag name, if you ask me. But Katana Chance and Kayden Carter defeated Piper Niven and Chelsea Green to become the new women's tag team champions.
Yeah, and I was going to point out this morning when I saw in the description that you had written there, Perish, about 3 championship matches being on the line there.
Mhm.
I knew right away, okay, we are getting a title change tonight, but which championships? And I
Yep.
already ruled out the Intercontinental title
Oh yeah.
not changing hands, you know?
Yeah, I mean, given what Gunther said on the bump about his opinions about Ultimate Warrior, I fully 100% would have him challenge the World Heavyweight Championship still as Intercontinental Champion. If there's anybody believable to not have been beaten for his championship and go after a second one and do something like that, why not Gunther?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, a historic champion, a legacy run that he is on right now, looks completely dominant. Don't necessarily, I would only, don't even do that Asuka, okay, I'm moving up to the main roster. I'm going to vacate this NXT women's title because nobody has beaten me for it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yep.
Why can't he have the ego of since nobody can beat me for this title, I'm going to go after another title and see if I can be as dominant with 2 titles. That to me is scary. And that's the motivation that a Gunther would need.
And not to know, I know Gunther's been knocking on the Ultimate Warrior, and Ultimate Warrior being the Intercontinental Champion going after Hogan. Ultimate Warrior was actually not supposed to be in that main event.
Wow.
It was originally supposed to be Zeus, so Ultimate Warrior was kind of a step up from Zeus.
Yeah, and he lucked out big time because he walked away as 2 champions. And the last time I believe we had a world champion with a mid-card title was Seth Rollins, ironically enough, when he held the WWE title and US title.
Yes.
So interesting.
But on that note, boys, let's give out our socials. We are going to start off with you, OMD.
Sounds good. You can find me on Facebook at Daniel Hrycyk, HRYCYK. On the chat of snaps at One Man Dynamic, capitals on O, M, and D. On Twitch at OMD17. On Discord at OMD6370. You can catch me every Monday night with these 2 gentlemen doing the Raw Watch Along. You can catch me tomorrow night on Turnbuckle Talk again with these 2 fine gentlemen, and I use the term fine gentlemen very loosely. As well as Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on the Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke, who left early to go get some rest.
All right, and now let's head over to you, Chris Perish. Where can the people find you?
well, you can find me at my house. That's where I live. But if you want to find me on the socials, that's a completely different story. You can find me on the X at Chris Perish. You can find me on the Instagram and the threads at Chris.Perish. You can even find me on TikTok, because hell really froze over when Chris Perish joined TikTok at Chris Perish. But if you want to see me on a visual platform, like maybe other shows, like tomorrow night on Turnbuckle Studios with Turnbuckle Talk at 8:05 p.m., you can see me on all the Turnbuckle Studios platforms. But if you want to see me on my own, make sure you're checking out the Chris Perish podcast this Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, as I have a discussion with the Irishman. Yes, he's an Edmonton local wrestler, someone who I consider a really good friend. In fact, he was in my wedding party. That's how close of human beings we are. And his son just so happened to be the man who I shared my last tag team championship with in my career. So yeah, it's going to be a fun conversation. You can find me out on my Twitch at twitch.tv/the Chris Perish. You can find me on the YouTube at Chris Perish. You can even find me on the Facebook, facebook.com/the Chris Perish. But guess what? It's not the only place you can hear the Chris Perish podcast, because we're live and we're officially on Spotify now. That is an absolute big thing. And by chance, if you are absolutely dehydrated with that information, don't worry. You can go down to rogueenergy.com and you can use that promo code PERISH, PERISH, to save yourself 10%. And if you're out of energy, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm just getting warmed up, and I hope to see you this Sunday for the Chris Perish podcast, as well as tomorrow for Turnbuckle Talk.
Right. And you guys can find me youtube.com at ChrisDamage83, Twitch TV at CBRS_entertainment, threads.net at CBestFilms83, Facebook.com, Chris.Best83, TikTok.com at CBRS.entertainment. You can look for me with these fine gentlemen on 8 p.m. Monday night, every Monday night. That's 8 p.m. Eastern for the Raw Watch Along. Tuesday nights, 8:05 Eastern, doing the Turnbuckle Talk. And sometimes you can find me on the voice Joshua Joseph on Friday nights doing the SmackDown Watch Along alongside him. All right. On that note, boys, as soon as I can get everything going here,
We
gonna
bid
say
you adieu.
we bid you a fond adieu.
I've always thought of my own direction. No